tonight's game of Old School Dungeons and Dragons. Right, it's July 15th already, so summer's already halfway over, I suppose. But yeah, thanks for coming back. My name is Ikin. I'm the Dungeon Master here. We have a new player, Burger, of course. I think Damien or Steven invited you, right? Top G. So
Yeah, Top G.
yeah,
He's my DM, but he's too inconsistent.
okay, yeah,
We haven't even had our first session.
okay, yeah, no worries. It's okay. I think he's actually running games again. You might not be in his group chat right now, but they have another chat going. It's Old School BX. He will invite
I'm
you
like
to it.
in a Discord group for one of his campaigns, and we're all frustrated with him because he hasn't even had the first session.
Okay. I mean, he regularly plays here, so you'll be able to play with him. So.
Okay.
Wait, who? What?
Uh,
Oh, Top
Top
G?
G.
yeah, Steven.
Oh, I played with him. I played with him like 2 days ago. First session.
That boy needs to commit to being a DM because he has a whole party waiting for first session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the responsibility of doing something free for people. Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hello, Gold. Welcome back to our group. Gold's an old friend here.
There we go. Not sure.
A few new players joining us.
Ekin, is this okay for, I mean, I can, like, always pull it up, too, but I'll be honest.
Oh
It's the
yeah,
best I can get with my Zoo.
it's
You only-
perfect.
you only-
Close.
No, it's perfect.
Wait, do you guys not have
Thanks.
Roll20 on here?
We don't use it. Yeah, we just use the Discord chat. It's easy for most people to use.
So I have a little dice thing right there that I'll pull up whenever I need to.
Yeah, if you want to roll your dice on there, that's fine. Just make sure you stream it so everyone can see your rolls. But we do have a dice spot too, and you're welcome to roll your own physical dice if you want, as long as you stream your rolls. So,
That's fine.
Yep.
I'll just stay on my camera whenever I need it.
cool. Yeah. So, let's see, where did we leave off? We're gonna get started with some character generation for the new guys, but before that, we'll go over how we do things here. So introduce you to our group and everything, our rule set. So yeah, we'll be playing old school D&D BX. The goal of our game is to tell stories of classic fantasy adventure. So here, of course, we'll mainly tell stories about adventurers who go out to hunt monsters and treasures for gold and glory. In our game, you can attempt to try anything you want, but without progression, without power and money, you might not be as successful, right? So that's why the goal of the game in our group is to acquire gold and experience points, typically as we're hunting monsters and treasures, with a party. A party gives you a better chance at succeeding at what you have in mind, right? Or what you would like to accomplish in our collective storytelling or game of Dungeons and Dragons. So it's very easy to play, right? Now you know now you know what we're doing, how we do things, but I will teach you how to play it real quick for our group. It's very easy. The Dungeon Master will describe to you the situation you're in at the start of the game. Then from there, every player will have a turn to choose what their character does. And then step 3, last step, is we roll the dice, or we determine, of course, whether you're successful or not at your attempted action. That's it. So 3-step process, again, is you choose an action, or you get a situation, you choose your action, you roll the dice. That's it. Okay? Any questions on the goal of the game or how to play?
Nah. The only real question I have is, where do I make my character? Do I make it in, like, a notes app or?
Yep,
like...
so you just can make it anywhere you want. It's I keep record of every character. However, you're welcome to take note as in any way you like, whether on notebook paper, and a notepad on your computer, anything you want to use, it's fine. There's no rules on that.
I can't catch a lot of that. There's a bunch of background noise from somebody else.
Okay, if someone is...
Yeah, somebody just make sure they have crisp. Everybody make sure they have crisp turned on.
Yeah,
and,
just put noise suppression.
The noise suppression. Yeah.
Or if you got a lot of background sound, just mute. Unless you're speaking, of course.
Yep.
Whoever, yeah, somebody just fixed it.
Okay, all good. Thank you. All right. We do have a few rules here with our group. I'd like to go over real quick. It's very simple here. We do things very simple when it comes to like how we conduct ourselves as fellow players. It's just 3 rules. It's every player is expected, including myself, expected to be mature, respectful, and courteous. That's it. So if you cannot do that, you cannot play here. That's it. So Yep.
Okay.
That's it. And then now we're gonna get started with character creation. So the first step to character creation is to generate your character's ability scores. You're gonna roll, and Gold's gonna roll because I think Gold needs a new character too. And then Brittany, Brandon, and Kingo, just a tight will get with you after these two are done rolling characters. So Gold and Burger go into the play by post channel. Or if you're going to use a different application or device to roll dice, that's fine too. But if you're going to use the dice rolls, or if you're going to roll using the bot, you'll use a command. It's going to be /roll space 6 space 3d6. I'll show an example so you can roll it in there. Yeah.
Do we roll 3d6 or 4d6?
3d6. It's going to be /roll space bar 6 space bar 3d6.
Yeah, I have this in one of my other things too. I was just confused because it's like a channel exclusive command instead of a total.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and type that command out that I posted. It's gonna roll all your ability scores at once. So type out /roll.
Should I discard the one I just accidentally rolled?
Yes, you can. If you want to keep it, the only way to keep it is you roll 5 instead of 6. Perfect. All right. So now that you rolled your ability scores, I'm going to copy these down on a record sheet for you, for both of you, and then from there, we are going to grab another record sheet. I just realized I ran out. Okay.
My stats are cooked.
All right, not the
There are
worst.
two stats I don't
they're
have
pretty
negative
bad.
on.
Unfortunate luck. You're a little unlucky today, but maybe tomorrow it will be better. Yeah. So.
We re-roll every day or something.
No.
No, your character might just die.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that'll probably happen with these stats.
So yeah, you are
I'm
able
pretty
to
sure
roll.
I'm pretty sure my con is a negative too.
Yep, you're able to roll a new character once per game. If your character, your last one, died or retired. However, with every character that retires or dies, the game gets harder for everybody else because there's less adventurers and there will be more monsters, right? So that's it. Then there's not really a limit of how many times you can die or retire, but of course, with every death and with every retirement, there's gonna be more and more danger, right? So
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So now we're gonna go over your class. So these scores that you just rolled is actually rolled in a listed order, which is on the character records, which I will stream right now.
I've seen that.
So here's the character record sheets. Oh, is there a new player? This guy just joined in. Is this a friend?
Yeah,
of
this is
someone's?
my friend Jesse. He's I don't know if he's interested in playing, but I did just invite him now.
Okay. If
So-
he's interested, I'll give him permission to speak. Otherwise, he's welcome to spectate.
Okay, yeah. You trying to play? Just DM me, I guess, or him.
All right.
We're literally just starting and making characters now, so you're not too late.
Yep. Welcome to our group, Jesse. You're welcome to spectate if that's what you want to do, and you're welcome to play. If you do want to play, though,
So,
let me know so I can give you permission to speak.
for my stat things, should I
Yeah.
I look at the house rules and paste them in from that?
You don't have to. You can copy them down if you want, but what's next is I'm going to quickly copy them down, and then we're going to choose your class.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick. Yeah, Gold, you got pretty good scores, looks like. Not too bad. Let's see, you've got 6, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so Gold, based on your scores, any class but the fighting classes is what I recommend. So avoiding fighter, paladin, and ranger, halfling, dwarf, and elf is unadvisable, right? So a good
I'm
pick
trying
for
to
you
pull up the
is
thing, but
cleric
I'm
or
thinking thief.
Thief? Okay, good choice.
I was also thinking thief. It looks kind of fun because the level 1 abilities of limitless thief abilities sound quite tempting.
So what that means is that typically in the standard BX rules, there's a limit of how many times you can pick a lock. Like you can only attempt to pick a lock, each lock once per level, and you can't. If you fail, you can't attempt until the next level on the same lock. Yeah, that's what that means. So we got rid of that. As long as you have time, you can attempt to pick the same lock over and over again. You don't have to level up to pick the same lock. You just
That's all
might
a
suffer the
thief rule does.
consequences.
That's all thief abilities are.
There are some other ones, but that is what it means when it says limitless attempts. Because in the
Mhm.
rules that there's limited attempts you can try per level
I mean, in a
on the same
campaign
action.
where our main thing is trying to get wealth, I feel like I should be a thief.
Thief, yeah, will definitely help you acquire treasure. Yeah. So, however, these
Yeah,
jobs
I'm
that you're
gonna be the
picking,
worst pickpocket.
they are a role that you're assigning yourself. You don't get anything special for picking the role immediately, but eventually, if you prove that you're actually good at your job, that will be reflected in, of course, special bonuses to your character's actions, right? And
Okay.
abilities, right? But for now, your character is just actually a normal man that assumes a particular role in the group, and what's gonna set you apart is what you choose to do and the gear that you pick out, which will enable you to do the job you need to get done, right? So,
Okay.
yeah. So let's see. Those level 1 skills you're seeing right now, they don't come until you hit 600 points of experience as a thief. So that could take you 600 games to get to if you play at the very slowest rate, which is 1 XP per game. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. Next up is, yeah, you want to pick Thief 2, Burger? Got 6, 10, 8, 9, 11, 7. So that could be a good thief.
Eh. Not really. Maybe elf, because elf's magic sounds fun, even in an old version.
Okay, yeah, you could be an elf. An elf needs at least a 9 intelligence, and you got 10.
Okay, perfect. I'm average.
Yes, all right. You'll be an elf. Elves are able to use, eventually, they're able to fight really well and use magic at the same time.
Yeah.
So, we got.
That'll be great potential because I skimmed the arcane magic list.
All right, the next step is that, and then, sorry, one moment. Kinyo, did your friend Jesse ever reply? Does he actually want to play, or is he just spectating? All right, no worries. I will assume that he's just here to spectate.
Yeah, he decided to just come to spectate for now.
Okay, no worries. All right, next up, we're gonna roll your character's hit points. Okay, this will reflect how hard they can get hit before they're killed in action, and the only way to lose in our game is to be killed in action or captured. Right.
Yeah,
So,
we can hear you.
Yeah, the next step is to roll a 4-sider, which determines your hit points. So you both roll a 4-sider when you're ready. Do /roll space 1d4.
That's not bad.
Yep, not bad. Alright, no bonuses. 3 of 3. Alright, and then same thing with you, Berger. Nice, you got 3. No bonus or penalty. Alright, next you're gonna roll your money. You have starting funds, which will help equip your character so they can do their job. For this, you're gonna roll 6-sider. So let's do /roll space 3d6. Okay, and then just roll when you're ready. /roll space 3d6.
Luck is not on my side. Wow. Am I like a malnourished kid that comes from the slums or something? I thought
Alright,
elves were supposed to be
that's
rich.
very unfortunate. Yeah, you're starting with the lowest amount of funds.
I thought elves were supposed to be rich. I thought elves were like the race that is like they're rich, high and mighty, and they're like super snobby and stuff, like those rich people that live in like those gated communities. Wow.
Well, you see, I'm also an elf, and I'm Elrond, and we had to banish you for all those things you did. They were horrible, and so we stripped you of your titles and your money.
You're also not a normal elf.
We
You're an
don't
elf
talk
that
about
has the
that.
mindset of a human, right? Because you yourself, Berger,
Oh yeah,
do
'cause
not
I'm
think
so
like
damn
an elf.
dumb.
No, it's just that you might choose not to play the role of an elf as an elf would usually act, right?
Oh yeah, do we do age? Because I feel like I'm gonna get the highest possible thing on that, or the lowest, whichever works.
Age is
Right.
usually pretty random here. But it's nothing to be concern yourself early on with. Usually, most characters have early age, young, because you have little to no experience anyway. But technically, age won't really always affect your experience in adventuring, which is a whole different career for your character because they are just starting out, right? So they've never done any adventuring until you start to play as your character and choose to go adventuring. Let's see. So yeah, age, you don't have to worry about it for now. For money is what's important right now. You have 3 coppers and gold. You have 14. Right. So
I'm the rich kid.
now we're going to equip your characters. Alright, we'll start with Berger since he was here first and has less money to spend anyway. So the first thing we need to get you is survival is of utmost importance, right? So you need protective equipment that will keep your character alive, right? And help your character survive. Very important to your survival is some footwear, which will help you march to the places you need to, of course, work. A pair of sandals cost 1 copper, which you can afford. Is that okay? There are more expensive options. Going without
Just like
sandals will
dumpster
slow
dive
your
for all my
movement.
stuff.
So is it fine if we purchase you some sandals starting out?
Can I just dumpster dive or something, like find one that has a broken strap and just duct tape it to my foot?
Once you're in the game world, you can try anything you want. This is a gear that your character had prior to you choosing to play as them. So you're just kind of picking out what they started with prior to you adventuring,
Okay.
right? So you're not playing quite
Can
yet,
I
you're
just
getting
like
ready to
start out
play.
with nothing?
Possibly, but if you're starting naked in a village or town, you could be arrested immediately, right? And your adventure will
How
end.
did I get in? How naked?
They would probably
Am I
not
just
allow
like
you inside. You would look like a barbarian or berserker, an enemy to the fort, right? You would look like you're
Okay, I guess
a
I
savage.
guess I'll buy sandals said I can't be technically naked.
Yeah, it is a rite of
Darn.
passage to look civilized, to be among the civilized, right? To be treated civilly, right?
Yeah.
And not like an animal or a beast or a savage. Then you have to look the part, right? Unless you want to be treated like an animal and want to be disrespected, then you can act like you can be a degenerate and be naked. That's fine.
Oh, whoop.
It's your choice.
Wait, am I too late? I'm sorry.
I'm a dog person. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so Burger, I need you to decide because we don't have a lot of time, right?
Yeah,
So-
I'll get all the basic necessities.
Okay. So you've got some sandals and you've got a sackcloth. You have 1 spare copper for whatever else you might want. As an elf, it is understood that your job in the group is to typically help deal with the supernatural or fight, or both, right? So what would you prefer to get first? Something to help deal with the supernatural or something to fight with?
Something to help deal with supernatural.
Okay. So do you have anything in mind or do you want some recommendations?
I don't know, like a crucifix or something like that, or like something to ward undead.
Sure,
maybe.
yeah. A wooden holy
I
symbol
really don't know.
can possibly scare off undead, right? Do you want a wooden cross? It costs 1 copper.
Sure.
Okay. Alright. You are now fully equipped. Alright, in the meantime, I need you to think about what you want to name your elf. There are some rules.
I already rolled a name earlier.
Sure.
My name is FODLE.
How do you spell it?
Cute.
That's the name it gave me first try.
What? How do you spell it?
FODLE.
FODLE. Okay, that's fine. Alright, and then gold, it's your turn. You're playing as the Steve character. You have 14 coppers. The first thing you'll need is protective equipment for your body. I recommend at least some sandals and a sackcloth unless you want something better.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay. So you've got sandals on now, and you've got sackcloth. It is the cheapest clothing and has pretty good protection, right? Next, you're gonna need something to do your job. As a thief, your job is to mainly help steal treasure, right? So you'll probably want some tools,
Yeah.
some trap detection tools, right? Looting tools, right? So what kind of, do you have anything in mind or do you want recommendations?
Well, I was thinking a sack and a pole for trapping and a sack for the gold.
Okay, I've got,
I'm thinking either a spear
okay.
or some sort of ranged weapon. And do you agree with this, Deacon?
Yeah. All right, let's start with the first item, which is you want a pole of some kind. A spear is fine with you. A spear is 3 coppers. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, you're down to, let's see, 9 coppers. After the spear, you said you want something like a bag. So a knapsack is 1 copper, carries 20 pounds. A sack is 1 copper, carries 30 pounds. The difference is the knapsack has a strap which you can wear, right? And the sack carries more, but you have to carry it by hand, right? There are better bags available if you want a better bag. Would you like a better one?
No.
No? Okay. So knapsack or sack? Which one?
Just a sack.
Sack, okay. Alright then. And you're down to 8 coppers. After the sack, what's next?
Big spender over here.
You said a bow, right? You want a bow of some kind?
I was thinking a bow of some kind, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Short bow, 10 arrows, that kind of deal.
Alright. The price of a short bow is currently 5 coppers. So you only have 8, so you can get 1, and then the last 3 will go toward ammunition and a quiver, right? Let me double check the price of a quiver real quick. Quivers and bags. Quiver will allow you easy access to your arrows. You will also probably need a belt to put the quiver on. So ammunition will be limited early on. A belt, a cheapest belt, let's see, is 3 coppers. So you're probably gonna go something even cheaper, like a rope instead, to tie around your waist and your body. That way you can kind of latch things on there, like your quiver. Until you can afford a belt. Let's see. All right, so okay. Yeah, rope is 1 copper. A quiver is, let's see, where's quiver?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be able to play tomorrow, but like every day after that for a week is gonna be no for me. Because I'm going on vacation.
All right. So a quiver is actually 3 coppers. A light quiver is 2 coppers. A light and small quiver is 1 copper. So maybe we'll just skip the quiver for now and just grab you some bow and arrows. The arrows you can store it in your knapsack in the meantime. So how about we'll do, with your last 8 coppers, we'll just do a short bow and 4 arrows. Each arrow, or 2 arrows, is 1 copper. So, and then your arrows will have to be stored in your sack. You don't have a knapsack, so you're just stuffing them in your sack, and you'll have to just kind of go through your sack to get ammunition. Is that okay?
Hey, what
Yes,
look like?
Or would you prefer a different setup?
Hello.
Hello, Spaghetti.
Hello.
Welcome, you're a bit late, but we'll get you up to speed in a bit if you're interested in playing.
item?
Right now it's Gold's turn, so Gold,
Skitty.
yeah,
Making me
is
hungry.
it okay if we go with the short bow and 4 arrows, or do you prefer a different setup?
Let's go with the short bow and 4 arrows.
Yeah, and the only issue is the carrying ability. You will have to store it in your sack unless you're using it, of course. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because you have no other place to put it.
If you want, I could probably just like carry them at all times. Carry some arrows at all times.
That's stupid. If you're nowhere near me, then how the fuck am I gonna fire an arrow?
I have no weapons. I will 100% be near you because I need you for protection.
Well, you are equipped with twice as many weapons, right? You've got a spear and a bow, and you only can use one at a time. So you might pass off your bow or spear to someone else to use in the meantime.
I don't even need to like use your weapons. I just need you for protection because until I level up and maybe unlock some magic, I'm kind of just a normal dude.
Okay.
Hey, who's ever Brandon? Did you name your GROG after the guy from Vox Machina?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Vox
I
Machina.
love that show.
Yeah, Critical Role rocks.
I
You guys
watched
really
it.
like
My teacher's also a D&D nerd, so we were talking about it.
The season finale of season 4 got me mad.
I am not a fan.
Which one was that? Which arc was that?
Vox Machina, the last episode before they released season 5, which is not out yet. They left it on like the worst possible cliffhanger you could have imagined.
I watched it a while ago. I can't really remember.
I think we
what
should
that is.
continue with the
Alright, yeah,
character
let's get back
creation
on
so we can
track.
start playing.
Yeah.
We have a limited
My
amount
bad.
of time. Because I do
No
have
worries.
work
I
tomorrow.
love talking Vox Machina. We can do it after.
Okay, so yeah, I've only got a couple hours today, guys. So we have to make sure we get through this quicker. All right.
I have until my stepdad decides.
All right, if you don't mind, Burger, try not to interrupt unless it's your turn. We have to get things moving. I understand
Great,
you want
great.
to explain, you want to ask questions. It's understandable, but try, yeah, if you can. We gotta speed things up here a little bit, so we need to get Spaghetti ready too, and everyone else still. All right, Spaghetti,
Yeah, very
are
sorry.
you planning to join
Yeah.
us tonight, or you're just here to
Yeah.
spectate? Okay, cool.
No, I want to join.
Okay, yep, sounds good. So you do need to roll a new character. It looks like. Is that okay?
I need to roll a new one? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Dante is still alive, but most of the characters around Dante have either died or retired, and there's no more adventures happening around there anymore. I mean, there could be, but the
I mean,
majority
my
of the group is
character
still dead.
lived. My character did very well.
Unfortunately,
Barely
she
ever.
has not played in a long time. So I mean, since she has been retired for some time, and she also realizes around her, all their adventures are no longer there because they're either dead or retired or no longer adventuring there. So unless the group decides to adventure where Dante is, if you want to play as her, the issue is that there's no one willing to go on adventures around El Dante. You'll be solo adventuring, if that makes sense. The majority of the group is in a different area. They're campaigning on a different map. So they're in
Okay.
stay more.
Can I be El Dente again later?
Yeah,
If there's enough group
yep,
in
she's
that area.
currently retired. And you can always try to find her again and recruit her as an NPC retainer, like a follower, or you can play as her again someday, right? If we're in the area. So, or if you're the survivor of the group and you want to start the game in your area, that's fine. Everyone else will roll characters around Al Dente, right? But currently, the current
Okay,
survivor of the groups. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll just make a new one for now. I understand you.
All right. Yep. You haven't been here a while, so the campaign's moved on to a
Which
different
one do
area.
I roll in again?
You're gonna go into play by post. You're gonna use the command /roll /6 3d6. The usual. Nothing has changed about it. Yeah. If you need help, I will show you an example. It's /roll /6 3d6. Okay. There's an example. So make sure you type it character for character, because you're supposed to prompt the bot to roll for you.
Why did I do? I did the same.
I think you're copy pasting it. So I need you to type it out character for character,
Wait, why no do?
because you need to prompt the bot to roll for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can't copy paste it.
You're telling
No,
the
I mean I typed it right the first time though, and it didn't.
So when you type /play, then you have to hit enter, and then it'll let you do roll. Or once you hit /play and then click on the
/roll,
dice bot, then yeah.
So
Or,
what,
sorry,
as
roll,
you're
my bad.
typing it out, while you're typing /roll, there's a dice bot, it's dice maiden. You're gonna click, slash roll, and then when you press spacebar, it should automatically prompt the bot to roll the dice for you. It would be like slash roll, and the bot would start to, of course, request you to input into its dice box, right? So the slash roll
No,
dice.
wait, why? No, it's actually not doing it. What?
Are you on your phone or
Love
computer?
man. Probably the best
No, I'm on the computer.
application. It's good.
Okay, so
I started. Wait, I'm just gonna share my screen. You can see.
alright.
Okay,
Oh
go.
yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Try again.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Randomly appearing. Okay.
Yeah, no, I realized what happened is because you're.
No space. You don't need a space. Yeah.
Alright, sorry about that. You didn't have to permission, I guess.
Okay.
Alright.
There we go.
There you go, nice. So this is yours. You actually got a very good roll, it looks like. One terrible roll, but everything else looks really good. High street, normal intelligence, poor wisdom, not the worst though. Very good
All right. So
constitution.
I should probably be a brutish sort.
Your character is very strong, very tough. It's recommended you're gonna be a fighter or a dwarf or a ranger. Any of the fighting classes are very good. The only class that's not recommended to you is gonna be paladin and cleric due to your lower wisdom. But every other class is fine.
Probably. Let's see. I'll go dwarf this time.
Dwarf, alright. So as a dwarf, you're assuming the responsibilities of a dwarf, right? You won't have the many special benefits for picking dwarf except for its natural, racial abilities, such as the ability to see better in darkness, and of course being shorter than most men but wider, and of course having a better sensibility, right? So you have some benefits of being a dwarf, but overall, in the future, if you do a dwarf well, dwarves are mostly supposed to be good at fighting and construction, right? So crafting and such, right? So it's recommended you're gonna invest in weapons for fighting and tools for craftsmanship or exploration, right? So treasure hunting and such, right? Dwarves are very good at mining and digging and such. So, your starting funds is gonna be 3d6. Your starting hit points is 1d4. So roll when ready. Do slash roll space 1d4 for your hit points, and then when you're ready, do slash roll space 3d6 for your money. If you need me to repeat it or post it for you, examples, I can do it. Just let me know.
No, I just which one for the first I said right 24, right?
1d4. 1 delta 4. 1d4. 4-sider. Perfect. You have 4 hit points. Maximum. Alright, next you're gonna roll 3d6 for your money. So 3 delta 6. 3d6. Yep.
I messed up. That's my bad. You do it though. What the heck? My computer is tweaking.
Okay, there you go. Alright. So it looks like you've got 11 coppers. Next, we're going to invest in your starting equipment. This is the gear your character has prior to setting out as an adventurer. The one things you're going to want to invest in early on is, first of all, things to survive, right? So survival is of utmost importance in the game. Protective equipment is highly necessary. The first thing I highly recommend you're going to start with at least is some clothing, such as the cheapest is going to be a sackcloth and sandals for 2 coppers total. A pair of sandals and a sackcloth, 3 items total for only 2 coppers, right? Is that okay, or do you want something better? You have 11 total.
11?
Yeah. You rolled 11, so you have 11 coppers. So is a sackcloth and sandals fine, or do you want to upgrade? Do you want something better, something else, something worse?
That's fine.
Okay, sounds good. So now you're fully clothed. You've got a sackcloth, which is just a sack with holes in it. It's a very cheap piece of clothing. And you got sandals, right? Which will protect the bottom of your feet as you march. Not the most comfortable, not the most protective, but they will do the job. Next, you're gonna need something to do your job, which is of course fighting and construction, right? Or exploration of dungeons. Dwarves are very good dungeoneers, right? So diggers, miners, craftsmen, right? So you're gonna probably want to focus on one thing at a time. Do you want to go for weapons first or tools first? What kind of dwarf do you want to specialize as? The crafting kind of dwarf, the digger dwarf, or the fighting
Does a
dwarf?
pickaxe do both?
Yeah, pickaxe you can fight
Can I
and
use
use
that
it.
as a tool and a weapon?
Yes, yes. A normal
Okay, then I would-
pickaxe
I'll-
is very good, but it costs 7 coppers. There are some cheaper options, like a small pick, right? Or a mattock. So same size as a normal pickaxe, but only one side, right, is for chopping, versus having a normal pickaxe is 2 sides, right?
Okay, yeah, could do the one-sided one. That sounds like
It's just a mattock then, right? So you've got a mattock. Let me check the price real quick. The difference in price is also maybe important to you, right? You have a total of 9 coppers
I have
left
4.
after, yeah. And then of course your pickaxe is it's 7 coppers for a pickaxe, and for a mattock it is 5.
Yeah, I'll take them to top.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you're down to 4 coppers, and now it's recommended that you buy some gear to help you loot, right? To extract loot. So bags and such, right? Maybe torches to explore dark areas like dungeons. Recommend a knapsack for carrying extra gear, a tinderbox, and some torches. Total price is 3. Is that fine?
Just looking for the thing with that in it.
Is that okay with you? Knapsack, torches, tinderbox, or do you want something else? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Domo arigato. I
Come
am
on.
I'm here. I'm here.
It's her turn still, and she went AFK maybe.
Brittany.
No, it's not. It's not Brittany's turn.
Oh, the other one. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Got it. Can I get
Oh,
one
she's-
torch?
Okay, set of torches. Sounds good.
and-
What kind of bag then? Do you want the sack or the knapsack for 1 copper?
The knapsack.
Okay. Yep, it could be worn compared to a sack. Has to be carried
Yeah.
by hand.
Yeah. And then
Tinderbox.
is there intent? Yeah, it's tinderbox. That's what it said.
All right. Well, you have 1 copper left. Do you want to save it or spend it?
Can I get a ration for that or no?
Yep, 3 rations for 1 copper. A day's worth of food.
Okay. That's good.
All right. You're now at 0. Okay. Thank you. Final step for our new players is to choose your names. So we're gonna come back around to let's see who's we got. We've got Burger. It's your turn. Do you know? Oh, you already picked FODLE. Gold. What name do you want
Yeah.
for your thief?
For my what?
No, it's me, Mike. Nicholas.
Nicholas. Okay. All right, so you'll be Nicholas. And then what about our other player, Spaghetti? What would you like to name your new character?
The meatball.
You can be Meatball as a nickname, but you need a legal name still. Something your parents would name you if you had medieval fantasy parents.
Okay.
So a medieval fantasy themed name.
Alright.
Pick something like pick Catherine. It's a strong name.
Catherine. I don't know. Let's see.
You can also roll for a
Alright.
name
Did
if you
you
want.
already write Catherine?
No, it's your choice. He cannot choose for you.
Okay. I don't know. Like, what's a good name for a female dwarf? That's. I don't know. Let's see.
Rune Hilda.
Helga. I was gonna say Helga. That sounds very on brand.
Yeah.
All right, it's your
All right.
choice,
Helga.
Helga. Okay.
Helga.
Yes.
That's up there with Velma on top names for women.
I was gonna say Bellatrix, but I'm out.
Beatrice, Bellatrix, Velma.
If I'm you know, like a wizard, maybe at some point that sounds like a vibe. But
All right. Uh,
it's a
thank you guys for your patience. The new players should be ready to play now. We gotta get the old players ready now. So it's the old players joining us are Brittany, Kinyo, and Brandon, right? You guys survived your first expedition, so you gotta get ready. We're gonna start with Kinyo, your character Elrond. You returned back to the village of BOGBUR, right? Unsuccessful from your first expedition, but you survived, right? You have no money, you're very hungry, right? You have little to nothing to eat recently, so I have to give your character the hunger penalty. Hunger for 1 day, right? So, hungry 1 day. All right. So 1 day of hunger, um, without eating enough, right? So basically, you have a -1 penalty until you recover and eat enough food to get back to normal. But the main thing that is dangerous is that once you go 7 days without food, that's when, of course, things, or after 4 days without food, you become incapacitated. You start to lose even more ability, like hit points and such. And of course, you start to, like, your strength and constitution will be drained, right? So, permanently, right? Because you'll lose all the body mass. Okay.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Forced fasting.
All right. So anyway, you're just 1 day without food so far, without enough to eat. Before we start to the day's adventure, is there anything that you wanted to Elrond to do before he joined up with his team? Did you want to make purchases?
I want him to find the bar and eat out of their garbage.
All right.
So
So
you think it's funny?
Yes.
It's sad. Okay.
there was a chance to maybe do that in the village, right? You go back into the trash, right? The waste, but there's a high chance of disease. Is that okay?
That's fine. Yeah.
Am I allowed to give him a ration?
You leave me alone, woman.
Okay, my bad. Shit, I was trying to save you from garbage.
My honor is more important.
Right.
He
So
likes garbage.
yes,
he
you
likes
can.
garbage. That's his deal.
You can
Yeah,
share
that's right, I like
food
garbage.
on your
Right.
turn, but this
Yeah,
is
right, man.
Elrond's turn in particular. This is what he was doing before he joined up with your team, right? So
Yeah, you
for
guys
today's
are.
adventure.
You can't
So,
see me doing this.
It's the equivalent of a dad asking for help from somebody at a grocery store.
so yeah, Elrond on his own time, without anyone else knowing, perhaps, unless he wanted it to be known to the others. But he went out to go eat some refuse, right? Some leftovers. So you filled up on whatever leftovers and scraps you could find among the other homeless that might be back there looking for some scraps, right, to eat. And you managed to find a little bit.
I might find an old homeless guy for a piece of bread.
There's a chance that, of course, you're able to have accomplished your task, which was the chance of acquiring food from behind the tavern, right? Any waste product or leftovers. The chances of that is going to be a 1 in 6 chance that your character does not get some food, okay? So roll a 6-sider. You did it? Okay. It's a 1 in 6 chance you don't get food that day. So you did get food. You ate some leftovers, what's left from, the tavern. They tossed it out and tore the pigs, right? And you snuck in there and ate some of the food with the pigs. Now you're gonna get a 1 in 20 chance to get disease, or it's a high chance. It's a 1 in 20 chance you don't get disease. All right, so the possible diseases from eating the refuse is a stomach ache, like bacterial infection, because the food is possibly been sitting out for a while, and you might get dysentery, right? Like you might have to shit yourself, diarrhea, right? So it turns out there's a chance
He's used to that.
you ate some food that had like maggots or something, and now you're gonna make a saving throw versus poison. If you pass, your stomach was able to eliminate the bacteria. If not, you're gonna get a stomach bug, right?
Fucking goddamn Olive Garden.
So roll a 20-sider against disease. And Constitution adjustment is 0 for you. You have normal Constitution.
Wait. How many rolls? So I rolled the 3 on the.
Now you just gotta roll a 20-sider. This is to see if you.
I rolled a 17 for. Was that getting a disease?
Yeah, that's a chance that the food you ate had disease in it. there's a 1 in 20 chance it doesn't have a disease. All right, and then it did have a disease, but your stomach was strong and you stomached it. You did not feel any bad consequences after eating the leftovers, despite it's
Hey, I got lead
tasting,
belly.
you know, a bit, of course, smelly, tasting,
have
right?
one of
A bit
those.
rotten in
I
your
used
mouth.
I used to eat irradiated body parts back.
But
in
you're no
the
longer
day.
hungry, right? You have no hunger penalty
Yeah.
anymore. You ate last night.
Alright.
You were fed. All right. So in the meantime, BB, it's your turn. So after yesterday's expedition, you are in a similar situation. You came back to the village hungry and tired, and maybe a little traumatized. Your butt hurt after the expedition. You need food to heal. So if you did not eat that day, normal amount of food, then you cannot recover, right? You need to drink water, food, and sleep. And if you don't do those things, you're not going to heal. You have 3 or 4 hit points. What did you want to do to get some food tonight or yesterday? You can sell something to get food?
What do
Yes.
I
Can we sell our bodies?
Shut up.
It is BB's
Okay,
turn. It will be BB's choice.
Somebody did that in one of my old campaigns. They pimped other people out. They had like a whole.
Well, I
crime
mean, I
ring.
was just being facetious, but also I'm curious: is that allowed or no?
You can try anything you want as long as you're respectful, mature, and courteous about it. Of course.
Got it.
I mean, it's a mature art, so like.
It was conducted in medieval
I'm just
times as a
gonna-
normal profession.
I'm gonna ask
Risen
somebody
to
nicely.
11. I should have been a bard. All right.
All right, so for food, you just wanted to beg for food last night?
No, I'm gonna ask somebody nicely and see if they give it to me.
That's begging.
Who would you have asked?
No,
Just a
it's
stranger?
asking nicely.
I'm asking you, who did you ask for food last night? So BB went back to the village. Who would she have gone to for food? A random local
Who asked
or?
me for food? I've got extra. I got garbage.
Him.
You asked Alrand for food?
No, wait, no. He's a fucking leprechaun. I'll ask Brendan.
All right. So at some point yesterday, you went to Grog and try to see if he had food after the expedition. And Grog, you also had no food. You may respond, but you also can decide how you conduct yourself after the expedition yesterday, because you yourself also needed food, water, and rest, right, to heal. So maybe you guys can work together. Yesterday, after the adventure, what did you guys do for food? BB's looking to you for guidance, right? She's requesting food.
You can tell her you have food. And make her do weird stuff for it.
Can I please have some food? Please. Can you give it to me?
Grog, would you like to respond, or do you have any ideas on how you would have found food, if that's what you wanted? Otherwise, you would just go hungry.
She holds out her hand like a monkey at a zoo.
Oh, Papa.
You asking me for food?
Yeah, she's asking you for food.
I don't think I have any rations, do I?
Oh, you got some meat. Never mind.
You have no rations. So, yeah, at
But
some
I do
point,
have 1 copper. Can I buy rations still or no?
yeah,
could
you
buy
could have
3
bought rations, and you could have fed you and BB last night, right?
You could have fed me too, dude. What the fuck?
Is that fine?
Do I have any money? I think I spent all my money on basic necessities like clothes.
I will use my last copper to buy everybody dinner.
Oh, it's only
Because I'm a
3.
nice guy.
All right. Well, you have 1 spare ration because Elrin already fed. He found his own food. So,
Good.
You are the absolute goat, and if you ever need anything, don't call me because I have absolutely nothing to give.
Thank you.
so our old players have had some time to prepare themselves. Well, just double checking though. BB, was there anything else you wanted to do prior to joining up with today's adventure?
No.
Okay, and then what about Grog? Was there anything you wanted to accomplish before you rejoined the team?
I would like to kiss Elron.
Okay, well, Elrond, do you want to let that happen, or do you want to resist? Are you okay with it? At some point, he took an action
okay
against
with
your
it.
character. Okay, or toward your character. Yeah, you guys kissed.
Why are you kissing Elrond?
I'm trying to develop a romance. It's a slow burn.
It's not very slow, dude.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it's been roughly 49 minutes into our expedition, and we're gonna take our first break. We finished preparations. When you come back, we'll start playing the game. We'll go on our adventure for tonight. Come back in 5
You can-
minutes. What's up? Gold.
I'll waste the last 3 coppers I have on food. Buy rations.
Let me
Jesus
see.
Christ.
What a homie! We're gonna eat for days.
You don't have remember you bought a short bow and some arrows, so you're out of money.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you're out.
I had the least amount of money you can possibly have, so I bought clothes, sandals, and a crucifix that I will 100% sharpen into a shank.
Okay, come back in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait,
bro, you're so
yeah,
lucky.
yeah, we should be good. Yeah, come back in 5.
Can I just say here?
All my stat. The best stat I have is an 11.
Yo, Burger, though, you're so lucky. He recently just changed the rules, so everything's a lot cheaper. Like,
Dude,
you're lucky you have.
If I don't have the best luck during the game, I'm actually gonna rage quit because I got the minimal amount of money.
Yeah,
He wouldn't let me just be a bare naked ass man wandering the streets like a wild dog. Cause and then
Sounds
and
like
then my
sounds like a good
stats,
time.
and then like I think how many stats do we have? 6 total. 4 of my 6 stats are negatives, are negative modifiers, and then the other 2 are zeros.
No, me too, man. I have like 4 7s. What do you got?
Let me whip it out.
Oh, whip it out.
Yeah. Okay,
for
so
letting me
for
kiss
stats,
you,
I have a 6, a 10, an 8, a 9, an 11, and a 7.
Jeez, man, that sucks. Okay, well, I gotta tell you, man.
My
though,
strength-
my strength is 8. What's your strength?
6.
Damn, you're even worse than me. That's awful.
I think my strength is a 12. I can't remember.
I will tell you my stats so everybody knows. My character Elrond, he has 8 strength, 15 intelligence, 7 wisdom,
And you're smart.
7 dexterity,
You're smarter than me.
11 constitution, and 7 charisma.
So you're smart and clumsy, but you can take a hit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm smart, but I can take a hit.
Hey,
But
I don't
as
know that.
a
I
normal
don't.
person, like
I
everything
don't know
about
the
me is-
stat order.
So, it's strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma.
God damn! All I have going for me is that I have the intelligence of a normal person, and I am normal health. I have a
Oh my
6 in
God.
strength.
Oh,
My stat order is 6, 10, 8, 9, 11,
You're
7.
the strength
I'm
of a
looking at it.
toddler.
Oh, Jesus, dude, that sucks. Oh man.
Alright, I'll be right back.
But you're not
And
as
just to let you know, the only item I have besides clothes is a little wooden crucifix that I'm probably gonna turn into a tent so that
I
can do
only
some
have
form of damage.
sticks. I only have sticks.
Yeah,
I
everything
have
you
one
did.
misshapen stick that's been
You have a
shaved
twig.
into,
You have a
into a
twig.
weird.
so Brittany, Tulio, and
Where is mine? I'm trying to look up mine right now. Okay, so I have a 12 strength. How does it go strength?
intelligence,
I have a 13 intelligence,
wisdom,
10 wisdom,
dex.
4 dex.
You suck.
Yeah,
Constitution.
15,
Oh, that's good. And charisma.
7.
So you're
So I'm
you're
like a
me.
strong farm boy. I'm a strong, smart farm boy with no dexterity.
And then spaghetti, you have a 4 charisma. I'm just saying, you're like butt ugly. You're like
So you're a
really-
clumsy farm boy.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I did good
Wrong,
luck.
but you're
Look at
also
that roll.
pretty clumsy.
Why
Eldon.
couldn't I get that luck earlier?
I'm a blue
Yeah.
collar worker, okay?
So I do definitely recommend rolling your own dice instead of using the bot. Otherwise, you're gonna be so
My
pissed
dwarf-
off. This bot is
My,
This
My-
bot is fucking evil.
Yo, my
you
dwarf
don't
is
even understand. My
strong.
dice are worse.
She must
I
be
have
a
3
bitch.
sets of dice I'd cycle through, and
Although
all
I'm
of
thinking
them
that
would.
this-
All of them give me the worst stats possible when I make characters.
I'm thinking that this
Yo, my
D20 might be,
charisma
I
is
think this
4.
D20
My
might
character
be
must be a
cursed.
fucking bitch.
15,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, your character is
I'm mad about it.
kind of a
10,
bitch.
better than last night.
That's
Yeah.
what she said.
What did you do with the bag on the
Wow.
table?
Wow. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wait, what is my charisma? That's
Gee,
only
how
my
do you
head.
roll? How do you roll the fucking? What's the best way to roll the triangle dice? The four. Just throw
So
it.
you put it in your hand, close it so that it has space to move, but don't like close it, and then just shake it until you think it's good enough, and then throw it across the room, and it will land in the
Throw it
dusty
across the
corner.
room.
And
I see
then
what you mean, though. I see what you mean, though, by giving it a little bit of space so that you can give it something to go with. All right.
Oh, are you doing psychic readings?
Yes.
No. Okay, Brittany, I'm gonna
I just bought this dice set today.
Or what you could do is you could place it on the floor like a spike, step on it, trip, and then when your
Like a
foot
Lego,
pushes
and then
it, that's
whatever,
the.
it's just, ah!
And then when it flies up into the air,
I'm good. Yeah, so Nolan, I did look it up. The zeros are a 100 on the percentage die, and then
what's
I
the
have
biggest
another one.
integer you can put into the dice thing? Like 100 d20s or something like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been roughly 5 minutes, so we're gonna resume and get started with playing our game. Okay? Is everyone present? Has everyone returned from their break?
Yeah.
I have to go
Yeah.
get
Call me Santa because I'm in prison.
All right, Spaghetti's needs to grab something.
Ooh.
Gold, are you with us? All right, we'll give you guys a couple more minutes then. We'll let Spaghetti grab her thing, and then let Gold return. I'm gonna ping him. If they're not back before then, we're gonna have to drop them or just continue without them, right? So, let's see. All right, I'll ping Gold. Okay, but yeah, a couple more minutes then, and then yeah, we'll have to start either way.
Thanks,
By the
Square.
way, I did find a cheap local dice connect state over that does do delivery. If anybody's interested in the link, they do really good deals. And their dice are all handmade. They're actually made in New York, King.
Oh, I didn't know child labor was allowed there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everywhere.
Yeah, dude. Like they just got busted for like kidnapping a bunch of kids in the schools. Like they're making them do D&D games.
Miss Frizzle was in on it.
Yeah, she's like Magic School Bus. Just kidding.
You
except
know.
for-
You never know if the magic school bus isn't inside you. You know what I mean? You never know.
Sometimes when I go to the Magic School Bus, it turns me into a lizard, and then I have to be in hot water and cold water at the same time to regulate my lizard body temperature.
How are you in
That's
hot
not-
and water at the same time?
The fuck up. Sorry, what was your question?
Fuck yourself. I'll eat you.
You know what? He
Better.
probably would.
Yeah, you would, but I'm disease ridden because I eat trash.
Oh, never mind. Stay away from me.
No, your body fighting off.
That's right. My body. You know, actually, I have a lot of my body temperature is just really high. So
Oh, come on. Be nice.
right.
I'm
Anyway,
dying.
by the way, I gave you your stats and you're fed. Check your GMs.
What are you waiting on?
Ekin, because Ekin gave us 5 minutes before the game starts.
Well, he came back, and then nobody else was. There was only a couple of us that were ready. I think we're waiting on Gold.
Wait,
Oh.
intelligence 0?
Hey, I'm
No.
gonna deafen and mute myself so I can go downstairs and get some water. If anything important happens, ping me.
Okay. My bad. I meant intelligence 9.
I was like,
Yeah, I hit the wrong key.
Sorry.
If you want to check, I sent you a screenshot of your stats
Oh, I can't
Intelligence
see.
equal 9.
because you automatically have images from me blocked because you know I'm gonna send you dick pics.
Yeah.
Kingo, hear me out. The next set of Euro beats.
Yeah.
D&D.
Ooh, D&D Eurobeats. That's a terrible idea. Shut the fuck up.
All right, it's been a couple more minutes. Lucas, Gold, are you back? Spaghetti,
I'm back.
Gold.
Gold.
I'm back.
Gold.
I'm
All
back.
right, perfect.
I'm back.
Julio's here.
I forgot to turn on the mic.
Okay.
By the way, Brandon, Gold plays D&D, but he plays Baldur's Gate 3, but he's not very experienced, so we should take him under our wing at one point.
Okay.
Cool.
All All right, ladies
My
and
coworker
gentlemen,
also needs that too.
to get started, we'll go over some background information, and then the situation, and then from there we'll take actions and start playing the game. Right. So, the background. The 6 of you have recently formed a very large party. Right. For those who are brand new to the team, your character was born and raised in a small farming community called BOGBUR, right? And recently you've taken it upon yourself to become an adventurer, someone who's willing to go out to hunt monsters and treasures for gold and glory,
I am back.
okay? And
I'm sorry. What
it's
happened?
a high demand job, right? I'm describing to you the background of the situation. Were you gone again, or? Okay, so yeah, your party has recently gathered here in BOGBUR. You formed up a team, right? You've got a common goal, right? You've recently formed this team. The last group to set out, some of the members of this team are actually survivors of their first expedition. This includes the mage BB, the fighter GROG, and the elf Erland, or Elrand. The three of them yesterday were tasked with hunting down a monster that ate a child who was fishing with his grandpa at a pond southeast of the village in the woods, right? They set out to go hunt that monster down, but instead, after encountering it in some cave that they tracked it down to, they lost one of their crew members, a young adventurer, brand new to the team as well. His name, let's see, his name was Pete. Pete the thief. He was killed by that monster and pulled into a large puddle. The party left him behind. They were afraid, they were wounded, and they retreated back to the village to recover from their loss, right? So our three young adventurers, they're back in town, and recently 3 other volunteers have joined them, right? You guys are the next group to form up with these other 3 and rejoin them, right? On their or join them on perhaps their next expedition, which is what they're planning to set out on. Now, there are more and more issues occurring in the area, and that's why adventuring is a high demand job, right? There's always monsters and treasures around the area to be hunted, right, for gold or glory, right? So the situation with the monster to the southeast still stands, right? The original hire-ons, the ones who hired the team, are still looking for people to go out and hunt that monster down to eliminate the potential threat of a man-eating frog, right? Which is what was truly discovered. A giant frog monster about 6 feet long, right? Living in a cave southeast of BOGBUR. But a new threat has arisen recently. Unfortunately, there's also been a recent crime along the road from BOGBUR to a village west of here, right? It is understood that one of the smaller caravans who made their way to BOGBUR were taxed by an illegal gang, right? Or kind of group of criminals, thugs, right? That actually were like highway robbers and didn't exactly rob them, but taxed them illegally to use the road, right? Local law enforcement have began to patrol the road and have found their tracks, but don't have enough manpower to maybe pursue these criminals into their lair, which is somewhere north of the road in the woods, they think, right? So they're hoping to hire on a team willing to go hunt down this group of thugs, right? They think that there's just a few thugs out there living out in the woods, and they recently took their spoils maybe to the forest northwest of here. So they've done some investigating. They followed some of the tracks, and they're somewhere out in those woods. So they have placed a bounty on those men, right? They've notified local authorities in different villages in the surrounding land of these criminals. They've been described to the village by, of course, the merchant, what they look like and what they're doing. He thinks that it's a group of men living out in the woods, maybe somewhere, right, who have switched to a life of crime. So if your team is willing, you've got a large enough and formidable enough force to maybe go out and track these guys down, right? Local law enforcement, they did so, the local watchmen of BOGBUR, they notified your group. You guys are at your little small base camp. you've established a small base of operations out here in BOGBUR on the outskirts of your town, a small war camp, right? Or a base of operations, right? So it's just mostly a very small campfire, a few piles of firewood, maybe some shelter or entrenchment, right? It's not much yet, but yeah, you were visited last night by local authorities and law enforcement, and they asked if you guys would be willing to track those men down and bring them to justice, dead or alive, at this time. That's alive preferred, but dead if necessary, right? They might be a threat. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to pursue this new task at hand? Do you want to do your own thing, or do you want to go back for the frog? The miners are still looking to pay you to hunt down the frog.
All right, everybody, listen to me. Hear ye, hear ye. I was.
No,
here.
wait. Fuck the frog, please. Do not do the frog again.
We're gonna
Make friends
go-
with the team members.
We're gonna go have sex with the frog. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So the frog, we went in the cave. There was jack shit in the cave towards the frog enemy, and the other path led to its literal poop pile. So if you guys want to like search through its poop pile, we can go back. But otherwise, it's just the boss frog. Also, with these bandits, they're probably better than us. We don't know how many there are. It'll be rolled for it, assuming. But
I mean, like,
we should. I don't know if we have to take a quest or whatever. We could just do whatever we want, explore, find better caves, dig holes for traps, go fishing.
hear me out. If the bandits are stealing things and like doing tax, they probably have a lot of money.
Yeah,
And,
they,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, they can
Make
kick
friends
our-
with them.
We could make friends with the bandits if you guys want. I'm not opposed to.
Okay. They're
Oh yeah, we can help enforce taxes, illegal taxes.
No.
Everybody, 1 second.
Can we pose a
Ekin,
and take them?
DM. We have Gilgamesh and Pete here, or Dead Pete here from last night, and I think Gilgamesh wants to continue on because he was still there, and I think Pete might want to re-roll to be Pete V2 or something like that.
Okay, I see. All right, so before we continue rambling on whatever else you guys want to talk about, we do have a limited amount of time to play tonight, right? I do have to get to bed a bit earlier tonight, so it will take longer to start or continue if we decide to bring in the latecomers. So Steven and Tulio, you are welcome to join our group, possibly if the whole group is willing to lose some more game time to preparation to get you in. But then
No.
even then, we only have maybe an hour or two left, so to go.
Guys, nice. Let's
So
finish
we
one.
haven't really even gone anywhere yet, right? We're still
Well, Gilgamesh is already still set up. It's just
Okay, yeah.
Pete
so then
with his re-roll if he
I'm
can go quick.
okay.
and the
I'm
more
okay
people
with-
we have, the more risk of failure. There's also a risk of success, a higher chance of success, but then a larger group could be, really good or really, really bad, right? Because there's even more people
this last
with
night.
different ideas, conflicting interests, right? That might slow or drag the crew down, or, elevate and push the group forward a lot faster, right? Exponentially. But yeah, it really depends on the group. And seeing that you guys are mostly a bunch of noobs, it's probably gonna go the latter, or it's probably gonna go for the worse. But well, we can try it if you all agree on it. If we want Tulio and Steven to join late, so it's fine if you all are okay with it. Are there any objections? It's fine if you object, right? It's their because of course it's their fault for being late, right? So if they want to join late, that's just kind
No,
of
I think we should get our ass in gear and kill the frog.
okay.
Please
Well,
don't, please.
No.
All right. Goal here
Things
first
are
with the rest of the crew,
research.
so he
I
says
mean,
I
no.
will say that I have Tulio blocked for reasons. I
Okay.
just want to say that.
What have you done, Tulio?
All right. So that's 2 no's. So I'm sorry, Steven and Tulio. Maybe if you were here on time, then you can join us.
No. I want
I
to
was cool
join.
with Steven, but I have
Honestly,
Tulio.
this is my first campaign, and I don't have too long to play like every session wise. So I'd prefer to get as much done
Yeah,
as
I think
possible.
we can just continue.
Okay.
I have
We're already
to, like,
delaying
some-
further by talking about this. So, all right. I'm sorry, Tulio. Maybe tomorrow night. But it sounds like Steven, you're welcome to join us then.
Okay, I'll just go fuck myself. No worries.
You're late, so that's just how it goes, right? So it's it's not a guarantee you're gonna join the game, especially if you're gonna join late.
Just be chronically online.
So yeah, Steven, do you want to join in tonight? And if so, what preparations do you
Yeah.
have? Okay,
No problem. No problem.
perfect. All right, you're in. So is this oh, your friend is back to spectate? That's fine. All right. So continuing where we left off, a latecomer joins your team. It's Gilgamesh the Thief. He was one of the survivors from the last expedition, right? And he joins in. It's our 7th member, very large crew. Upon joining, of course, Gilgamesh, you might hear about the situation. The crew's at camp, deciding what they'll do for the day's adventure. Some of them are discussing, rambling on something not related to adventuring, perhaps. We still have the situation with the frog at hand, right? The farmers or the miners are still looking for someone to hunt that frog down. So because you guys failed, he's looking for someone else now. He's maybe thinking about getting a proper frog hunter in service, right? But you guys are versatile adventurers, possibly,
I have a
that can
question
do
about the
handle.
bandits.
Yeah.
Could we pose as a caravan that they wanted to tax and then ambush them?
Possibly. Do you have cargo that you want to transport? I suppose.
We could pretend that we go and jump out and just fuck them up.
Yeah, that's an
We just-
idea.
Throw me in a
tarps or something to put in the back. You know what I mean?
throw me in a box that has holes in it.
So that's an idea. We'll go down
No,
the
let
list
me
just to
hang
make
out.
things quicker here, and so that everyone has a chance to play, right? If we want an open discussion, we'll have to keep them limited in time because they do take longer, right?
Okay.
So we'll have a closed discussion right now. If we really want to, if everyone agrees to an open discussion, we'll have it. It's just, I don't know if it gets anywhere, right? We might just ramble on about nonsense, right? So one at a time, we'll have everyone decide what they do, what they think, right? Or want to say. So starting with Brandon, you're playing as GROG. What do you want to say, think, or do in this situation?
Want to continue and kill stuff.
You want to go for the frog again, get your revenge? Yesterday you weren't able to kill it. Today you might. It was wounded, right? So it heals at the same rate. So so Grog is going for the frog today. Gilgamesh, I haven't heard from you yet, but I think I heard from Gold already. Nikolas wants to go after the frog too. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna keep going down the list. BB, you're next. You're one of the survivors from yesterday. Do you want to go after the frog again or something else?
No, fuck that stupid frog. I
Okay.
want to make friends with people members. Let me hang out with them.
So you want to do something? Okay, wait, who you want to make friends with? Who?
The gang members.
The outlaws, the gang members. All right, so you have to find them first. So you're interested in looking for them. So there's a conflict of interest. So in the end, after this decision making, you guys will either have to come to an agreement or split ways, right? So, Gilgamesh, what do you think you want to do today?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go do the frog job, but I prefer mining.
All right, so yeah, you just mentioned that you want to mine, but you're open to going after the frog right now too. All right, and then of course, let's see, Elrond, what do you think we should do today? Or what do you
want to
want?
go and make friends with the bandits.
Okay, you and BB want to go and find the bandits or the outlaws, the thugs. Our new crew member Helga, right? You recently joined the team. What do you think?
I don't want to make friends with the bandits. I would want to like kill them and take their stuff. So we're gonna go with the frog, and then I'll mine with Gilgamesh when he goes to mine.
Okay, yeah, you do have
Because I
an
am the
attack.
frog, so and I have a pickaxe, so I'll just
Perfect.
go with him to mine. It sounds fun.
Sounds great. Okay. And then
Fuck up the
Fodle.
frog and go get gems.
Awesome, yeah, it's a good idea. Gems are definitely the way to go if you can find them. Tons of value in gems. Fodle, your elf, what would you prefer to do? Burger, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go after the frog because he's a chode and needs to die.
Sounds good. So the majority of the group wants to go after the frog. So those who have conflicting ideas, do you want to reconsider, or do you want to? Are you like steadfast?
Tell you what, guys.
Yeah.
Tell you what, guys. I'll make a deal with you. If we go to the frog, you have to give me time to dig a hole and cover it with sticks and shit as a trap on the way there.
I mean, to be fair, some of us are mining, so if you want to dig up the hole and look for treasure while we dig it at the same time, that could be the mining thing.
That could be, but the thing is, I'm trying to dig holes as traps for wild animals like boars or like elk or moose even, so that we can get a bunch of leather or bears. You know, like we can get a bunch of leather, meat,
Oh, if
etc.
you see
Or
a,
more
if you see a
frogs.
gem cluster outside and you want me to dig it out, and then a hole.
Yeah, no worries. You guys, as long as you don't mind you going ahead, like I'm gonna stay behind for a second, just for a couple hours to dig in this hole and make a trap, and then I'll join you after. Unless you want to help me, then it'll take like 30 minutes or an hour, max. But I do-
think
I
there's
do
chance
have
to find things while you dig the hole.
Sure, yeah, like especially debris and sticks. But yeah, if you don't mind, helping me out, you guys, I would really appreciate it. And then I'll absolutely back you up, and I'll throw my life on the line to protect all of you from this nasty frog.
I mean, I don't mind. I'll help.
Appreciate it. All right, then that works for me.
No.
You're helping me too. Yeah, no, you're helping too. You're gonna grab
No,
stuff.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's gonna cut down all the time.
My
Should I-
there.
I have to start throwing dirt back in the hole while you
Brittany.
dig things out.
BB,
What
you
is
have
it?
you have a stick. You don't even have a wand. You have
No, it's a twig.
you have a twig. You have than me. You're weak. And
I'll stand outside the fucking cave and I'll wait.
All right,
The power-
so
the
I'm
power
gonna
of
have to cut
my-
your open discussion off, right? It can't go on too long with that. Everyone has to have a chance to play. So although we've got a proposition from Elrond the elf, who is open to maybe joining you guys on your frog hunt on a certain term, right? As long as he is willing or able to dig a hole, which you guys can agree with or not agree
I
with,
will help.
right?
I will help him dig a hole. I was already gonna mine anyway. I don't mind. I
Okay,
said I would. Helga will help.
Wait, Brittany's
so
also helping.
these guys have agreed that they want to go out and hunt the frog. He's willing to go out to hunt the frog on the under the term that someone helps him dig a hole or he's allowed to dig a hole. So does anyone object to Elrond joining your team as long as he can dig a hole with the assistance from FODLE or not FODLE, Helga? Is that okay? No, any objections or questions, concerns? All right,
We're digging up.
perfect. So yeah, Elrond is not separating from your crew. He is joining your crew under the the idea that he will be digging a hole. Okay.
Yeah, you can dig a hole afterwards.
No, I'm not though. You can suck a dick. Fuck you. You just want to get your character killed again.
All right.
I like my character.
Your
So,
character keeps dying.
We only
I
can
don't-
control our own character. So Gilgamesh, even if you object to him digging a hole, I mean, if you want to physically object, you can verbally object. If he can follow you there and dig his own hole, right? If you think that's gonna get in your way, you can stop him
No,
physically.
I don't agree to him joining if it's before. It can be afterwards.
All right.
Yeah, well,
So
imagine this, man.
Gilgamesh doesn't even want you to come. It sounds like so. There's a conflict of interest before we can even move out.
Gilgamesh.
So
We
he's
have,
not
like,
allowing to
6
join the team.
More than 6 people, right? If we dig a hole, we'll get it done in like literally 1 turn. And if you have a problem with that, you're a bad friend.
All right. So before you guys continue to debate that topic, I need to hear from BB, right? So BB, you originally wanted to go out and go for those thugs, befriend them. But seeing that the majority of the crew wants to go out and hunt the frog, do you want to reconsider, or are you still wanting to go out and meet the thugs?
I want to go meet the thugs.
Okay. So Brittany,
That-
BB,
Traumatize me.
in that case, do you want to begin your travels northwest to the woods to search for those thugs? You want to go along the road, or do you want to take a different course of action?
I'm gonna go along the road.
All right. So
Wait, where were
BB's
they?
Okay, BB's moving down the road now. She's already setting out. For the rest of the crew, do you want to stay around and kind of wait for these two to debate whether or not Elrond's going to join the team or not? Or do you don't have to wait for this, right? So they can chat all day long if they want, but you can start moving out immediately. So starting with Grog, do you want to begin your travels southeast to the Frog, or do you want to wait for this?
Yes,
Okay,
as fast as I can.
all right, sounds good. So you're not waiting around, you're moving out. How about Nicholas? You're going to move out too, or do you want to wait for them to figure out if they want to be a team?
Let's get our ass in
Okay.
gear and go towards where the frog was last seen. I don't know what that is, but I trust that somebody in the party does.
Yes, and I will say
Follow
your
me,
character
mate.
has been recently told, so that's information that you will have that I will provide you. So be advised, your character was told prior to the expedition. You heard about the job. somewhere in the woods southeast of BOGBUR, there's a pond, and the party that went out there, along with a party of hunters, found tracks that led to a nearby cave. That's where the giant frog was discovered, down in the cave. It's somewhere southeast of the pond. So you do know that it is known information to your character. So you know how to get there, or you know where it is. And how to get there, there are many ways, but the most direct way is southeast, of course. And it looks like, yeah, Grog has been there before. He can help you get there. He's familiar with the course of travel. So, yep, you and Grog are headed out. Helga, do you want to begin your travels southeast with Grog and Nicholas, or do you want to wait and discuss, of course, Elran joining the team still, or something else? What would you like to do, Miss Helga? Spaghetti?
Yes.
It's your turn. What's your move?
Yeah. Thought we were digging a hole.
Okay, so you agreed. I mean, you're not digging a hole quite yet because they're actually still debating whether or not he's gonna dig a hole. Like those two are having an argument. So do you want to wait and for them to finish discussing their plans? Do you want to just start moving out, or because if you want to dig a hole, you can before you can even dig a hole, you have to get to the area you want to dig a hole, right? So
And I kind of want to just move to the area. They can meet us there, and he'll let me know if he wants to dig the hole or not.
okay, so you'll begin traveling because these two are already traveling. BB left the team; she's going off on her own journey, right?
Travel.
Okay, sounds good. Yep, Helga's moving out. All right, Fodle, it's your turn. Fodle the elf. As these two are discussing, right, they had their own turn to discuss. So while they were discussing, do you want to join in on their conversation, or do you want to do something else?
I'm gonna just like follow the guys to the frog though.
Okay, yep. So you are on board with these three. So you guys already left the village. You began your travel southeast. Now we're back to the top of the initiative, which is Elrent and Gilgamesh. You took initiative earlier. You were having a discussion, right? Do you guys want to start taking action, or you guys need to discuss further, right?
Gilgamesh, Gilgamesh, you can fuck off. I'm gonna go with the other party going to the bandits. They're gonna help me dig a hole.
Okay, BB. All right. She already took
Well,
off, so
you
you'll
can
catch
come
up
if you
to her.
want. You can dig the hole, but
No,
Yeah.
no, fuck off. I'm not working with you anymore.
All right.
wow.
Guys.
So
I'm sorry, my
Gilgamesh.
character has too high of intelligence, too low of strength, and too low of like everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna play smart this time. I don't want to be a scapegoat, so I'm leaving. I'm joining the other party.
Very well. Gilgamesh, what is your move? Do you want to begin traveling with these four? Do you want to go with those two, or something else?
Yeah, I'm going to the toad thing.
All right, sounds good. We'll start with this party, the larger group. So the larger group, your course of travel is southeast from BOGBUR toward the woods, right? It's roughly a mile out. All that matters is that you get there, right? So you're traveling southeast. Are there any questions or concerns about your route? Is everyone on board? You're just moving
Curious
southeast.
how many like just out of curiosity, I know this is all kind of drawn up, but approximately how much distance is it, and how much can we travel per turn?
Yep, it depends on your party's movement. Thus, we move at the rate of the slowest crew member if we want to stay together. And the slowest crew member in your team might be a medium footman, right? I think that would be Helga might be the slowest in your team. She carries the most equipment. Yeah, and she's also shorter.
How close is she to me?
It's undecided. Do you want to be close with her?
Well, no, I'm saying like can like I throw her on my back and like piggyback it because I have.
Then
higher
you would
strength?
become slower. Yeah. So usually, yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if it would equal out. Never mind.
If you were naked, basically, and you were really strong, and she had nothing on her, maybe it might equal out to enough speed to keep up with the slowest members in your team, right? But definitely not as fast as someone who's not carrying someone and not carrying a lot of gear, right? So, yeah, she'll be fine. We'll move at 2 miles an hour rate, which is plenty of speed, right? So you should still get there within the first hour of marching, right? It's not far away at all, right? It's roughly about a mile away. So it should take you 30 minutes, maybe 30 to 40 minutes, not long, right? So as you're traveling, of course, we'll check for the chances of failure, right? Once you guys decide the course of action, we have to roll the dice to see if you succeed or fail, right? That is the sequence of play. And in this case, what might prevent you from succeeding at your chosen action, which is to travel to and find that cave where the frog is and such, right? There are some known threats, particularly wandering monsters. 148 chance to encounter one during your travels. 2 1s indicate an encounter. 2 3s, no encounter, right? So far, nothing was encountered during your travel southeast. Next, we'll check for navigational error. There is a 1 in 6 chance you guys, of course, go off course and don't exactly travel on the, decided course of travel, right? Due to, of course, various circumstances. Navigational error. There were no navigational errors. You saw what you were expected to see. You travel into the woods after roughly 20-ish minutes, right? And you're searching for that pond. It's understood that there are multiple bodies of water that flow out from the forested hills down into the southeast somewhere, and it's one of these creeks should lead into a pretty large and sizable pond that is hard to miss, right? It's a large pond in the northeastern region of these woods. So from that pond, you're supposed to kind of, as you've been told, and some of you remember perhaps, you'll be able to find some tracks perhaps, or move southeast of it to find a nearby cave where the water flows down into. Some of the water flows out to sea, but some of the water drains out into a cave and maybe later out into sea as well. Right, so particularly, water takes the path of least resistance, and sometimes it flows multiple directions, but eventually reconnects. So from that pond, we have branches of water flowing directly south, southeast, and maybe even east as well, right? Depends on how much it rains and and all that. But particularly the southmost route actually will drain out into a cave, right? At this time of the day, it's spring and it's not really wet. I think we'll check the weather real quick. Okay, the weather is moderate, so it's normal weather today. Not good or bad. It's just normal. So
We can
normal
take
spring
the same
day.
path then that we did before.
Yeah, it's a bit cloudy. It's it's a bit wet, but not raining. Yep, just take the same route, just moving through the woods, searching for, or moving through the valleys of the hills and the forest, and observing for any signs of creeks that lead down. I mean, there are creeks in the valley, right, where the water drains in the valley. That equals a creek. You move through the valleys southeast. You look for signs of a pond up ahead, and it won't be long before you see one, right? You're just kind of pushing through forested hills southeast, and you expect to see a pond, and you do find it not long after moving southeast, right through the woods. It doesn't take long. 10 to 20 minutes later, up ahead, beyond the clearing of the woods, you see, a large pond, right? So, yeah, party, or the main party, right, the large party has reached their destination. You found the pond. You're able to go around it and make your way toward the cave, unless there are some objections, questions, or concerns for this group. So, group 1, you guys have any questions, concerns, or objections? You have successfully completed your first action, which is to travel to the cave, right? We checked for risk of failure. There were none. You have succeeded at your chosen action. You reached the cave. Right? Any objections, questions, or concerns? Otherwise, we'll come back to your group. Okay. No objections, no questions, no concerns. Group 2, the smaller party, Brittany and Kinyo, or Elrand. BB and Elrand. You guys set out from BOGBUR down the road to the west, where you were told that there were a group of outlaws the other day that taxed a local merchant, right? Or a local trader who was bringing in goods from the nearby village to the west, right? So, you're moving down the road. And is there any particular way that you want to travel down the road, or is a normal march down the road okay with you? Do you want to specify anything about your marching patterns, or just a normal march?
Yeah, she's walking like a hooker.
Normal march. Brittany, you're not with us, but normal marching patterns.
Okay, so I
No,
heard.
I'm trying to miss the clean members.
Okay, so Grog wants to do a normal march. That's his choice, right? He's just marching normally, right, down the road. But BB, I heard something slightly different from you. You said you wanted to march a certain way. Is that right?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on how it is to march like a hooker? Do you want to dress more scantily or something? I mean, you're already.
Nice. Very fancy.
How do you want to get fancy before you move down the road? Do you want to put makeup on? You don't have any makeup yet, though. You have no money to afford makeup, I think. Actually, you have 1 copper, it looks like.
Nice.
So-
Steal it.
Can you steal makeup? So you won't leave yet then. You'll go through BOGBUR's markets and look for signs of makeup to maybe steal. Is that fine? Or do you want to go into someone's house and look for makeup or something?
No.
Okay,
Just
so
put it somewhere.
Yeah.
No, just keep walking. Fuck it.
alright, you reconsider. You were a bit hesitant at first, but Elrond's already moving out and you're like, yeah, he caught up to you because you spent some time thinking about, getting yourself ready, right? He was able to catch up to you, and so you guys both start moving down the road. And is it all right if you guys just travel normally down the road, just a standard march, a walk down the road? You're not running, you're not crawling,
I
you're just
guess
walking
so.
down the road, right? Which is standard march. Okay, so yeah, you both are just walking down the road west of BOGBUR. During your travels, we'll check for any signs of wandering monsters down the road. And how long or how far do you plan to march down the road? Are you marching all the way to the next village? Are you marching halfway? Is there a certain distance or duration you want to march? Describe to me your course of travel.
The next village.
To the next village? Okay. You're willing to march all the way to the next village? Do you agree?
Well,
Alright.
how far is it?
It's the next village is 1 mile out. West.
Oh yeah, it's good exercise.
Your crew is lightly encumbered, so you will take only 20 minutes to get there. A 20-minute walk will get you to the next village.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Alright, so that's for, of course, you two, Elrond and
Dude,
BB.
like a stove.
Alright, so Elrond and BB will check for consequences. You're marching to the next village. Possible consequences include, or possible risks include, wandering monsters, which were not encountered. There's 0 navigational error down the road. Naturally, you are using a landmark road, so it's almost impossible to get lost. And then, of course, other risks of failure or other risks that are included is signs of there's a risk of outlaws or crimes on this road. So we'll check for if you encounter signs of crime down the road. There's a 1 in 6 chance you come across signs of the outlaws randomly, right? But there is a guaranteed chance when you get to, of course, a certain point, probably. So early on in your march, we'll check. There was no random or no unknown threats, but a known threat is emerging, right? This is a predetermined threat, right? So it's a known threat. It's guaranteed, basically, almost, right? You heard about it, and you encounter it as you expected you might, right? The two of you are just making your way down the road, right? Half a mile out, 10 minutes of walking together down the road, you're out in the open grasslands, out in the fields. You can see for at least a couple miles out, right? So you're out there, and of course, a safe distance away, you already see signs of people on the road. Particularly, they're just kind of camping along the road. They've got a fire going, right? They're just kind of sitting along the road, and they're just on the road. They've got like this random log in the middle of the road, right? So yeah, you want to walk up to them. By the way, you're in grassland. There's like little to no trees out here, so they have a random log in the middle of the road. That means they brought that log there on purpose, right? That's probably them. So you guys want to confront them?
I want to go see if they're having a party. I don't know if there's.
Okay. And it turns out there are 2 of them there right now. There are 2 people that you can see out there hanging out by the log, or the log on the road. So yeah, BB is going out to meet them, it sounds like. Elrond, you want to go with her? You have come across an encounter, Elrond. What's your move?
I'm gonna go with them, and I'm gonna tell them I need to dig a hole so bad. I have a shovel.
All right, the 2 of
And
you
just scare them away.
are confronting them. You're making your way down the road, and you're making your first approach. All right, we'll come back to you and see how that goes in a
Wait,
moment.
who are we talking? Wait, are we talking to who?
Thugs,
Where do you find the
possibly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A couple of thugs hanging out down the road. All right, back to the main crew. You guys have reached the cave. No one objected, had any questions or concerns, so you managed to get there in a short amount of time with little to no delay. Upon your arrival, it's time to decide what we'll do moving forward, right? Starting with Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, upon your arrival at the cave, which a branch of water does flow down into, not very deep, a shallow creek flows down into the cave. Most of the water flows further southeast down into the sea, but a small creek will flow into this one, making it slightly wet. It's a heavily vegetated cave entrance, as you might remember, but what's your first move upon arrival?
I'm gonna say to the crew there's a slope, and there's a slope on the near the entrance, and the frog waits there in like a little pond. It might attack you, so yeah, be careful.
Okay, you warn the crew verbally. Is there anything you want to do action-wise, like physically, or do you want to just kind of wait at the entrance?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang about.
Okay, just kind of wait there and explain what you know to them. And as he does that, FODLE, what was your character doing upon arrival at the cave? Let me describe to you the situation though. You've just arrived at the cave entrance, right? Which is southeast of the large pond out here in the woods, right? That you're in. You marched roughly a mile out to get to this part of the world, right? Or in this part of the woods where the pond is and the cave is. So the pond is north of you. Southeast of it is the cave you're at currently. You're looking south down a cave right now, right? Upon your arrival, what do you do? Want to just make your way in? Or
I'm a follower.
you're a follower?
There's
Okay.
nothing. There's nothing I should be.
Okay, so you're just kind of getting ready to follow someone in?
Yeah, just kind of following whoever looks the smartest.
And FODLE, I forgot to mention, but you are allowed some free equipment at the start. There are some free equipment that you could have had, which are sticks and stones and variations of them. So it can be, any kind of stick you could have picked up on the way or any kind of rock or stone, right? Those are free, basically, freebies when you're in the woodlands. So if you want like a branch, which is like thicker than a stick, for example, that's fine. It can be used like a baseball bat, right? If you want a twig or a stick instead, that's fine. If you want to sharpen a stick to use it as like a stake or a spear, that's fine too. Rocks are also available, right?
Particularly thick and slim one end so that I can use it as a shank, or not as a shank, but as
A spear? Yeah.
like a bat. I'd say like
A bat?
swing it like a baseball bat.
Okay, so you want how does a branch sound? It's a bit thicker than a stick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want like a 3-foot branch that you can use like a baseball bat?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, branch.
And then
3
I
feet.
get to go out, but I'm deafening myself and ping me if anything important happens.
Okay, sure. You've got your 3-foot branch. You're ready to move in there. Holy symbol in either hand, or around your neck. Helga, upon your arrival, do you understand the situation, or should I explain it further for you, or repeat it?
You can explain it further.
Okay, yeah. So before you choose your action, I'll explain the situation. You have recently just arrived with your 5-man team at the cave entrance, right? Which is south of the pond and 1 mile southeast of BOGBUR in the middle of the woods. So you're somewhere 1 mile southeast of BOGBUR in the middle of the woods. You reached the pond and you went around it to make your way into a cave. You're standing before a cave entrance. In the cave entrance, it's heavily vegetated, but beyond the entrance, it's a cavernous tunnel that descends southward, right? And it looks like it doesn't continue very far before it kind of has this kind of steep descent into a larger cave that continues southwest, right?
Yeah.
So before you make entry,
I wanna
perhaps,
check
yeah,
under the underbrush for anything that's mineable.
you wanna move the underbrush around, see? Okay, yeah, sure. You start doing that. Sounds good. All right. And then,
If there's any treasure indication, like
Yeah.
gems or something for me to find.
okay, you might not find much at the very entrance, but you can definitely have a look before you continue any further. Yeah. Back to oh yeah, Nicholas. Upon your arrival, do you understand the situation, or should I go over it again with you before you decide your action?
We're in front of a cave that is
Yes.
covered by some vines here.
That's right.
There's a pond nearby.
Behind you, yep.
I'll keep an eye on the pond.
Okay. Is that all for now? Do you have any questions? Do you want to say anything as you wait for the crew to get ready? It sounds like most of the crew might be ready. Some of them are not ready. So it sounds like for
I
me,
mean,
you're just standing guard.
I'll be keeping guard, basically. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. So Nicholas is keeping guard. He's not exactly moving in quite yet. Sounds like the only one that might be moving in is Helga. FODLE's ready to follow whoever's willing to go in. So maybe FODLE's going with Helga soon, right? Gilgamesh is not going in. He's just explaining the situation. Maybe he'll go in later. But what about Grog? As everyone's kind of figuring things out upon arrival, are you making your way inside immediately? Do you want to do anything before you go in? What's your move? Do you need the situation?
Am I close enough where everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
That's in this party.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep, we're still at the
I
entrance.
just want to. Can I say something in like 10 seconds? I just want everybody to be coordinated, and I think that we should coordinate our attacks, get our weapons out before we go in, do one hand down the ladder or whatever's there, and then absolutely gank this thing. Because our odds will be better if we're all doing it at the same time versus just one person at a time trying to do something else. And if something happens, it happens. But I think, our odds are better off in numbers.
All right, sounds good. So you've all had your first turn, your first chance to kind of do things, right? Grog uses his turn to kind of physically kind of stand there at the entrance and verbally share his thoughts on what the party should do. But before we continue, we're gonna go back to the smaller crew to continue their situation. So back to BB and Elrond. You've just made your first approach. It sounds like you just walked up to those men standing by the log. As you made your approach, I'm gonna roll their reaction to you, right? Their reaction was good in favor of you, right? So they're open to conversation. They're friendly, maybe even helpful, right? During your approach, they kind of wave at you and greet you, right? Just a couple of men dressed similarly to you, wearing rags and such, holding onto like branches and sticks and rocks and such, right? Just a couple of scroungelless men or poor-looking, rough-looking men, right? So just two of them, right? They greet you as you approach and say, you know, hello, hello, hello. What's your name? Who are you?
What?
Would you like to respond? This is for BB and Elrond. So as they
That's that.
call out to you as you make your approach, do you want to respond or just continue walking toward them? So before you even get to them, they're already...
Hi, sexy. Are you single?
Okay, you. All right, sure. BB will ask them a question. Elrond, as she does that, do you want to just keep walking or to something else?
What is her charisma?
Elrond, what's your move? As they call out to you and as BB replies, right, with a question, what do you want to do or say or think about, Elrond, besides walk? Or if you don't want to keep walking, you can tell me that. But you're about to reach them, but before you did, they actually did something before you reached them, which is they called out to you from a safe distance. Elrond, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. They called me. What did they say?
They just asked, of course, a moment ago. If, they greeted you and they asked who you were. Basically, they were saying like, "Hey, who are you? What's your name?"
Oh, yeah. So I'm Elrond. I am. I am a training wizard. I find myself here, trying to find gold, just like you are and everyone. I just want to dig some holes and traps.
Okay.
No, stand
So
back from the distance.
you both are talking over each other. Is that okay, or do you guys want to take turns talking to them and replying to them?
Oh, who's talking over me?
BB is also trying to talk to them at the same time, unless you guys are conversing two separate people, because there are two different people. So if you guys want to wait till you're closer before you reply and talk
I'll
to
wait.
them separately, or if you want to talk to them collectively, you can wait your turn to speak. One of you could.
I'll wait for BB to do her thing.
Okay, so you have something in mind. You're thinking about talking to them and replying, but before you do, you hold your tongue because you hear BB talking first, and you just allow her to speak.
Yeah. I'll wave and smile.
Okay, yeah. So you'll physically respond, right, acknowledging their greeting and question, right? But yeah, BB, you do not answer their question. They were first to say something. It sounds like because you guys just walked over there and didn't say anything. So they stood there and said something before you got closer. And as you got closer, you asked them a question. You asked them, what did you say again? BB, one more time.
I said, hi, sexy. Are you single?
Okay. And we'll check his reaction or their reaction. Overall, collectively, their group reacts somewhat neutral, uncertain. Let's check your charisma, which can affect your their reaction. You have a average charisma, BB, so no adjustment. So they're confused, right? In response, as you're approaching and saying those things, right? They're confused. They're like, huh? What do you mean? Are we single? We asked you a question first. What's your name? And they kind of respond, you know, you complimented them, they kind of blush, I mean, and get flustered a bit, but they still want to know who you are before you get closer, right? So you're walking up to them, they're like, sorry, honey, what's your name again? Who are you? What are you doing here?
My name is Phoebe. This is my friend. We are looking for a party.
All right, and as she responds, Elrond, do you want to continue to hold your tongue and hold back from what you were planning to say, or do you want to take a different action as she kind of talks with them? We are pretty close now. We are about 10 feet from them at this point. Do you guys want to get closer, or is 10 feet fine enough for a conversation?
Closer.
Closer? Okay, so you keep walking, right, which could be threatening or, you know, getting that close in their personal bubble, right? So BB continues getting closer. How much closer do you plan to get? They're standing behind a log. 5 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit more personal, right? 5 feet of distance. So yeah, you get even closer, and if she does that, Elrond, do you agree with that? Do you want to just keep walking toward them 5 feet away, or do you want to do something else? It's your turn, Elrond.
I'm fine with that. That works.
All right. And were you trying to do anything else, or just kind of follow her and keep silent?
I'm gonna like sniff my armpits to make sure I don't smell bad.
Sure. All right. Let's see how they respond to your continued approach and your response. Right. Overall, they respond still confused and uncertain. Maybe at this point, because they have their own objective, their own plan, or goal. So they're responding to your action with uncertainty. Right. So you of course replied. You stated what you're here for, kind of who you are, right? And your friend is, beside you, and they're still kind of uncertain and confused. So they kind of, with your response, you did respond, which is good. You did what they wanted, right? They wanted to know who you are and what you're doing. So you already explained that, right? But what made them uneasy or uncertain is your continued approach. So at that point, that you can see, like, once you step a little closer, they're not friendly or hostile. They just you can kind of see them a bit hesitant. Like, they don't raise their weapons or anything, but they kind of like step back a little bit, staggered, like confused with your close approach, right? So as you walk forward, they kind of step back a little bit, and they will explain what they want. They will actually start to talk even further. You can interrupt them if you want, though. But after you respond to them, they go on with a follow-up question or a follow-up response, which is that they say, well, it's a pleasure to meet the both of you, but I'm sorry to have to bother you with this. Recently, there's been a bit of a need for taxation in the area. These roads have to be maintained by us. We keep care of the road security. So, if you wouldn't mind, we'd kindly like to ask you that you, of course, contribute to the protection of these beautiful roads, and you pay up 1 copper each. And this money will go toward the continued security of this road. Now, if you cannot pay, not to worry. There are other things you can probably do to compensate and help keep these roads safe. But if you are totally against the protection of these roads, well, then I will have to turn you away. Or if you are still perhaps insistent on continuing down, I will have to forcibly prevent you from continuing. And they both nod at that point. So how would you guys like to respond?
Elrond sucked their dick.
I want to know what they have in mind.
Let's get naked.
Okay, so you ask them what do they have in mind? Because you can't pay, or do you want to pay? They want 1 copper each from each of you.
Okay, I'll give them my last copper
Okay.
and ask what they have in mind. So I'm looking for a party.
All right. In response, you want a party. So you're asking for a party. So you do pay up then, and then you're gonna make your own request, right? Or your own inquiry.
Yeah.
Okay. So yep, you start to inquire about a party as you pay up 1 copper, and then what about Elrond? Do you want to pay up as well, or let's see?
Pay up with what? I have no money.
You can pay up with gear. You can pass them a shovel or a javelin. Or a javelin's worth 1/2 copper.
Oh
so
yeah, dude. I'll give them a javelin. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
okay. They will accept this. It's a dual, or yeah, they accept it as a payment. Yeah.
But I'm gonna before I give them the javelin, I'm gonna hump the javelin like a stripper pole.
Okay. I see. So as she kind of inquires on further information, you are about to pass your javelin. You're like kind of almost about to hand it, but then you bring it back and start to do a weird gesture against it, right? You start to hump it.
I do, yeah.
All right, let's see how they respond. Overall reaction to her is they're reacting normally, uncertain maybe. They're hearing her out. They're not reacting good or bad, just kind of normally toward what she says. So they'll give her kind of a normal response to her action or question, right? And then when it comes to you, though, their reaction to you doing that is an 8 with your adjustment of -1 penalty. So they are confused and uncertain of what you're doing as well, so they're not sure, right? They see you humping the pole. That's definitely a weird thing to do. So it went from an 8 all the way to a 6, which is 1 point before it becomes bad, right? So yeah, they're just like kind of confused, maybe intrigued, or they're not sure what to think of what they're seeing. But in response to BB, in response to BB's question or inquiry, they'll respond normally, and they'll say what they normally would say about a question like that. So she asked, of course, she requested or she stated her business and that she was inquiring on gathering a party, right? So they just kind of politely reply and they say, "Oh, you're gathering a party? Well, that's good. We are simply road guards and protectors of this beautiful road and these prairies. So best of luck to you on your search for a party," right? They kind of reply normal, right? They state what they're doing, and they reply and they acknowledge her task at hand or what she's trying to do. They acknowledge it, but it's not good or bad. They just kind of acknowledge her information, right? Telling you that they understand what you're doing, and that's completely fine. But they have their own thing in mind, which is to continue guarding this road. So yeah, they've got this kind of log in the way, which they will move out of the way to allow passage. If you have like a vehicle that needs to go around or something, right? So, but you guys can just walk over the log, so you're fine. So yeah, just a couple of thugs allowing you passage now. We're gonna come back to you guys in a bit. We're gonna go back to the main party. So, but before we continue any further, we are 1 hour and 50 minutes into our expedition, so we're gonna take our halftime break. So in real life, everyone take a 5-minute break. Come back in 5, ready to continue. All right. So see you guys in 5.
I already peed myself.
Tell
Oh,
everybody.
I want to do a roll 6 for forced doors to shit myself.
Okay,
You guys go.
Roll it for me, Brandon.
I'm working on it. Got you. You said a 6? 4. I think that's like a half shit.
Well, thank you for that. I'm sure everybody here wants to know.
I think I found the D20 that I want. It's just like the one is just says fuck you, and the fucking 20 is fuck yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The rest are all normal.
Whoa, I was echoing. Who's doing that?
The fuck am I watching?
I don't know. Someone's streaming.
No, I'm watching a YouTube video. I get
And you're just gonna leave us at that? Come on, man. Give us the deets.
Alright. It's you know the song Unholy, yeah? Sam Smith
Right.
in
Yeah.
Beatrice, I think. Yeah. Some motherfucker has been popping up on my my recommendations list out of fucking nowhere. A fucking dancing video. I don't get it. I don't fucking get why the fuck
I don't
do
get
I
it.
need this?
I don't get it. Do you get it, Brandon?
Get it?
You get
Right,
it?
I
Come on,
get
you,
it.
Brandon, you get it?
I understand getting a 13-year-old video about some shit that was famous then. That's fun to watch.
Sure.
But what the has anything I do related to fucking dance?
I'm
Other
sorry.
than porn, obviously.
I'm sorry to tell you, man, but you might be a gooner. What's your Instagram? You know, Facebook and Instagram all connected.
You just have to alter the
I don't
dance.
use
You
either.
can't get away from the dance.
Spaghetti, I'm sorry, spaghetti.
It's a sign to learn.
What?
Spaghetti, please forgive me, I'm sorry.
Can you post the link? Post the link to the Jedi dance.
No,
No,
I
actually-
will not.
Spaghetti, I actually feel bad, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's just fucking. Why is this on YouTube? How is this allowed? If someone did this in real life, they would have been banned.
Down, sure.
And in real life.
Nah,
could you give me a party?
Yo, spaghetti, man, you should forgive him.
Oh, yes. Really, I'm sorry about them trains.
You don't even know what he did.
Wait, what did he do?
I mean, honestly, he's pissing me off too. So, you know.
No,
I'm
you know,
against
no.
it.
Steven was there, spaghetti. Steven was there. Just listen.
good.
I like to joke a
Sounds
lot.
like
I
gaslighting.
know I went too far and stuff.
This is how
I'm sorry.
gaslighting starts, by the way.
Spaghetti, like I actually like you as a friend. Like you're really cool. You know.
Oh,
Well, I
he does-
appreciate it, but like, I don't want to talk to you. That really was too far.
Okay, that's fine. If you ever forget,
Maybe you'll learn next time and not like say some shit like that when someone's just trying to be real with you. It's fucked up.
you're right. I'm sorry. If you do forgive
Well,
me,
spaghetti, he did apologize. Maybe you should give him another chance.
And I appreciate the apology, but like, that was
okay, I understand.
horrible.
I mean, I really
Right.
am sorry for spaghetti. I truly
Well,
am
this
sorry.
is
You know?
becoming
That
public.
was like
If you guys-
childish.
if you guys
you know?
want to do this in
I'm not gonna
private, you
talk
can.
about what it was or anything like that in here.
Yeah, like,
Just,
yeah,
I know,
so,
it was
like,
childish.
guys,
I'm
take
sorry.
it in private, guys, because I don't, like, unless everyone gets to hear about it, like, shut the fuck up. You know?
Yeah, but if you ever
No, you're
Maybe
being,
they'll
like,
just,
what you're doing right now is, like, interrupting. So, you're hot like it, bro. Just, like, take it to a private call with her and Steven, if she'll even accept your call.
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up,
Brittany-
Brittany.
Brittany, this is why. Like,
I'm done.
honestly, I will say Brittany's probably the best player here. So
Yeah, I brought
Oh,
her.
here's the
I
new
do.
victim. Here's the new victim.
That is
Alright.
actually what we're hearing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been
That's
roughly
all, that's all
5-ish
I hear.
minutes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it out loud. Sorry.
So we are gonna continue from where we left off with the main party. Alright.
Right, Brandon, but which one's the victim, Julio?
So we left off with the 5-man team. For the most part, you guys were kind of getting ready to make your way down into the cave. We shared some thoughts. We got some gear ready. One of the crew members were already kind of taking an active approach to the cave while you guys were kind of getting ready. It was the dwarf Helga. She made her way toward the entrance and began to kind of move the vegetation, right? Push up the plants, push them out of the way, kind of look at what they might be covering on the floor. And it turns out it's just a cavernous floor here. It's just dirt and rock and sand, right? No valuable materials under the shrubberies here at this time. If you want to search further, you can. If you want to dig it up, kick it up even further, you are allowed to. But before you do, given the situation at hand, you guys are at the cave's entrance still. Those who are on watch, nothing has happened. You looked at the pond. The pond is normal. Nothing.
So wait, what did
happened.
I uncover?
If you're interested in rock or dirt or sand, that is available under the shrubbery.
Okay, what kind
I
of
don't
rock?
like some.
The rock is
course.
like let's see, let me double check. It's probably like very common rock like sandstone or not sandstone. Let me double check. Limestone? Wait. Most common rocks in cave. Yeah, it's probably limestone. Most common rock.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Okay.
would you like to dig up some limestone?
No.
Okay. All right. So yeah, limestone cave descending deep into the earth. Right. It's a 10-foot cavernous tunnel continuing roughly 10 feet southward, and after that, there's a steep descent, a steep slope that continues down into the first cave beyond the tunnel, the entry tunnel. Right. So, before we continue, yeah, we'll go down the list and take actions. Okay. So starting with our FODLE the elf, you're somewhere up at the cave entrance. You were willing to follow someone in. I think the only one that kind of went in was Helga. So you're right behind her. Do you want to remain behind her and keep following her, or something else, FODLE?
Here, I'll just kind of
Keep behind her.
consider because until I get magic unlocked, I'm just like a normal bum.
You've just got your branch and you're an elf. So as an elf, you have some special abilities. Innately, elves can speak certain languages, right? Like you're able to speak with hobgoblins, gnolls, and orcs. And then also you also have the ability to see better in the dark and see worse during the day. Additionally, you also have ghoul immunity. Ghouls can't paralyze you because your blood is too pure, I guess, or something like that.
It's Scissoring.
All right, so
I have a question. Since he's an elf, can he sense where precious metals and gems are in the earth?
he has a better sensibility than humans do, yeah. So being able to hear and see things better, that is also included as an elf. Same with dwarves.
Mm.
So if you wanted to investigate visually or listen, you know, deeper, right? He has a better chance at hearing or seeing things that others wouldn't be able to see or hear, right? Hidden objects, right? Covered or sealed. Good intuition, good sight or sensibility. Wisdom can adjust this, and he's actually an elf that's actually worse than most of his kin. He has an 8 wisdom. So despite his innate bonus, because he is himself not very sensible, maybe he needs glasses or something, I don't know, but that negates his bonus. So despite the common knowledge that elves are good at hearing and seeing, he's one of the few elves that aren't that good at hearing and seeing. So
Actually, I rolled on my stats that I'm worse than a human in some areas and average in other.
all right, so yeah, FODLE, what your plan again was you were just gonna keep following Helga.
Yeah.
She's the furthest in so far. All right, Helga, after realizing what's under the shrubberies and such, do you want to pursue more digging here, or do you want to continue deeper into the cave? Your original objective here was to find the frog to kill. So how would you like to proceed?
I mean, like, I'm basically just looking for it on the way to the frog, so I want to go into the cave, and then I guess, like, is it possible to sort of, like, tap the pick against the wall on the way down and see if there's, like, something there?
Yeah, of course. As
that
you
fair?
explore deeper, you can keep tapping at the
'Cause,
walls.
but, like, I'm wondering, like, is there, like, will you hear, like, if I ping metal, it would sound different, right? So I'd know.
Pure metal, maybe, yeah, if there's like actual metal down there, but in a cave, you're looking for natural resources. Metal might be in the form of ore, and ore is mostly rock, and partially, the valuable material might be after, right? So there might be a various or different kind of texture to certain minerals and hardness levels depending on what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for certain things, the wall might be softer or harder in certain areas depending, right? So I'll tell you if maybe there's a change in the texture of the wall. Like if it's soft, then it might be dirt. If it's like malleable or something like gritty, there might be sand wall, right? At this time, as you hit the wall, it's mostly solid, a bit sandy, so that indicates limestone wall, right? You crack into the wall, it's kind of a soft, solid wall, right? Somewhat softer, solid wall. All right, so doesn't make terribly much noise. Imagine hitting limestone in your life. It's like kind of like soft concrete. So it does make a little bit of noise, but not a lot. And there's plenty of vegetation on it too, and dirt. All right. So yeah, you are exploring in. You're going down. The light of day reviews. It shines somewhat through the shrubbery here. At least the entry tunnel is lit, but beyond that, the cave gets really dark, and you have better sight in darkness.
No, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still need some light to see. So you can see a little better than the others in this area, but it's still not the best. All right.
By the way, the person who's with me at some point, they can also take a torch out of my knapsack and light it at any point.
You want to do that before we go in further? Like, you guys want to just before you go
That's
in?
up to them, to be fair, because they'll probably be able to see less than me. Like, because I do have real,
FODLE's an
so they'll
elf
probably
too,
run out of
or
vision
he's
first.
he also
Hold your
has
hand.
night vision. You both have night vision, so
I need to know where I'm going.
but night vision still needs light, so like moonlight to work. So anyway, yeah, he's right behind you, and if you're open to the idea of him going through your sack, you'll just kind of, instead of proceeding further, you'll kind of tap the wall and wait for him to remove the supplies and prepare a torch instead. And while those two are kind of figuring things out, maybe slightly making entry, but mostly stopping to get a light going, right? Gilgamesh, you were kind of sharing your thoughts earlier, just kind of not ready to move in quite yet, but now for this turn, are you ready to move in or something else?
Is there light? Do you have a torch?
Not quite yet. They're getting one
I'm
ready.
lighting it. We're lighting it.
What she said. Yep.
I guess I'll wait atop the slope.
Just keep waiting out here.
Will the frogs see him though?
Well, the what?
Well, the frog is over the slope, so would it not see you?
I said atop above.
Okay.
Atop the slope.
Oh, so you want to move to the ledge? You want to move down the entry tunnel to where the slope begins?
I'll head out. I'll stay in.
Right now, you're still outside the cave. You're at the entrance, right? You haven't actually gone in quite yet. Do you want to wait out here, or do you want to go in now?
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll go into entry tunnel.
Okay, so just make your way into the tunnel. All right, so you're going in.
Yep.
Helga and FODLE are already in there, but before they continue any further, they're getting a torch ready. So you kind of just catch up to them. All right. What about GROG and NIKOLAS'S? So starting with GROG, you were outside sharing your thoughts on a coordinated attack. Most of the crew has begun moving in. Do you want to move in with them? Do you want to move ahead of them, or something else?
I want to move in with them, but can I have my spear ready in the same action?
Yep. You got your wooden spear in hand. You got one kind of tucked away on your rope.
Can I have my rock in the other hand?
Sure. Yeah. One rock for throwing, one wooden spear for stabbing, or throwing two, I guess. Yep, that's fine. NIKOLAS'S.
Do something. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow into that pond.
The outside pond, the one not in the cave, or the one
not in the cave.
Not in the cave. Yeah, the exterior pond
Yeah.
further out. Okay. Yeah, shoot
Yeah.
an arrow into it. Yeah. What you're gonna do to shoot an arrow? There's no risk of shooting the arrow, but instead there might be an encounter, right? So go ahead and roll a 1 6-sider, 1d6, to see
You know
if
what
anything
I'm
happens in
trying to do?
response.
That's a 5.
All right. Turns out nothing happens in response to your arrow hitting the water. It just kind of splashes in the water.
Okay.
Okay. One arrow lost. Do you wanna?
Freedom.
Yeah, it didn't take you long to do that. So after shooting an arrow into the water, do you want to regroup or something else? Most of the crew has made their way in now.
I'll grab the old arrow and then get in after the other ones.
You'll grab the what?
I'll grab a new arrow and follow everyone else.
Okay, so you have your bow and arrow equipped. Well, where are you gonna put your spear in the meantime, though? Because you can't carry the spear with your bow and arrow, right? If they're equipped.
Shit, you're right.
Do you want to pass it off to someone who doesn't have a spear or a weapon to carry and use? Borrow from you?
Yeah.
The nearest to you is GROG, maybe, and Gilgamesh. Actually, Gilgamesh is the closest. He hasn't really. Oh no, he's going in. He's going in. GROG was also going. I think the whole crew basically went in. So the closest to you might at this point be FODLE, who was tagging behind HELGA, right? And they haven't gone in too deep yet because they were the first to go in, but they halted halfway because they're trying to get a torch lit. So when you get up there, you could pass it off to either HELGA or FODLE if you want. Does that sound good? I think there is one character who has no proper weapon, I think, in the team, which is I think it's Gilgamesh has no proper weapon. No, he has a pickaxe. Let's see. Yeah, it might be FODLE. He has a branch, a 3-foot branch. So you want to pass it off to FODLE, Nicholas?
Mm-hmm.
Is that who you want to pass it? Okay, yeah. All right, FODLE.
Yes.
Yeah. You're helping Helga get a torch lit. Like she stops. She maybe sets her mattock down for a moment to reach into her sack, then pull out a tinderbox and a torch, and she needs your help getting it lit. And as you were waiting for her to get the gear out, NIKOLAS came up from behind you and passed you his spear, and it sounds like you took it. So you only have 2 hands though. Do you want to keep the branch in one hand and use the spear in the other? But then if you do that, you can't really help Helga carry a torch, right? If you're gonna become the torchbearer. So I guess
Can we take some cloth from like the bottom of my shirt and turn the branch into another torch?
possibly what makes your torch actually effective is the amount of tar put at the end of it, right? The amount of fuel. So that cloth will burn rapidly and wouldn't last very long, right?
Fair enough.
So yeah. It doesn't really do terribly much. And yeah, tearing up your clothes is already pretty terrible. So damaging it further, you will be left with little
Yeah.
to no clothes. Okay.
Okay.
It is an idea. You think about it for a moment, right? As you're pulling out your torch and tinderbox and getting a torch lit. But do you plan to carry the torch yourself? So like Matak in one hand, torch in the other. Is that your plan, Helga?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're the torchbearer slash batok bearer, and then in that case, the elf FODLE can focus on either using the branch and spear or just the spear. The spear in two hands is really effective, by the way. So if you drop your branch, you can two-hand the spear. Or do you want to do you want to dual wield? Have the branch in one hand and spear in the other?
No. So if I'm wearing a loincloth, that's like a caveman robe, right?
You don't have a loincloth, you have a sackcloth.
Oh well, is there space in the neck hole for me to like slide it and have it just stay there?
It would just slide out. You have no belt to keep it secure.
Is there room in my knapsack for the branch?
It's a 3-foot long branch. It's 1 yard. Your knapsack's too small,
No.
right? For that.
I would.
I tried. Sorry.
It's a large item.
I just want to. Can I like carry it in my mouth like a dog?
It's really heavy, right? It would hurt your mouth after a while.
Oh.
You would possibly injure your face doing that.
Can you?
You're not-
Can
you're
I
not
leave it at
Zorro,
the entrance
man.
of the cave and
Alright.
pick it up on the way out?
Well, as you guys think about how you want to proceed, right? Because time is not infinite. You guys actually have to take your action to think, right? So you guys are gonna continue thinking about
I mean,
how you're
I'm
gonna
good.
carry
I
the
have
branch.
my torch
Oh,
and
you're
everything. I'm
you're ready.
The
You're
torch
just
is
making
lit.
suggestions.
Like I'm good.
I mean, yeah, anything you say or do has to be in game. So like if you say one thing and then say something else, it kind of switches, right? So like those who are not doing anything will focus on doing what they were originally doing, while those who stated their actions already but change it up by saying something else or sharing thoughts, their action will be interrupted, right? So like I know Helga, you said something, but then if you say something and suggest ideas too, FODLE, that's fine. It's just your character's kind of staying back to make more plans with FODLE, like how he could carry his 3-foot long
I
branch
mean, I'm
in his mouth.
basically just standing there with the torch
Yeah.
lit in one hand and my thing in the other, looking
Yeah.
at him like you could leave the branch here and come get it later. That's all I said.
Yep, that's fine.
If
Yep,
I-
you can
if
say
I
that as you're
buy
getting
it-
the torch lit, as FODLE's figuring out how he wants to proceed with the amount of equipment he's got, which is this 3-foot branch and a spear, right? I guess it's a very complex situation here, so we gotta really figure out how we're gonna continue, whether we want to carry this by mouth, or just leave it behind, or tuck it in his shirt only for it to fall out.
Senor Eskin, I'll just leave it. It's fine.
Okay. Yep. But as you guys are figuring that out, we'll have to proceed with these guys real quick. So these guys had a lot quicker initiative and action here, right? So Grog kind of just walked in there, and Grog, were you realizing that these two are kind of still figuring things out, getting the torch lit and everything? You see Gilgamesh, he went up to the end of the tunnel, I think. Did you want to go with Gilgamesh up to the ledge?
Yeah,
Looking over.
in my movement, how close can I get to the ledge, and can I see the frog?
You can get to the ledge. Whether or not you see the frog will depend on whether or not you get you're at the ledge. Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, you can get to the ledge. So do you want to be at the ledge with Gilgamesh? And if so, then you can
Yes,
ask the second
yes.
question, which is, do you see the frog? Well, yeah, so you got to the edge with Gilgamesh, that's fine. Gilgamesh, you're already there though. So when you arrived at the ledge, you're looking down into the cave and it's too dark to see anything yet. The light of day is blocked by the amount of shrubbery in the entry tunnel, right? So you're still kind of waiting on that torch to get lit. You're looking down to basically a dark cave, right? So it's just, you know, it's a large expanse. It's a cave continuing southwest, but you can't really see anything. You can hear things though. The water from your feet trickles down and falls down the steep slope, right, that ascends down into the cave, right? You can hear bugs like gnats in the air. You can hear dripping water, right? So it's a lively, wet cave, right? What do you want to do as you wait? Do you want to just keep listening out for monsters or something, Gilgamesh? Do you want to just...
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
smack my pickaxe on the wall, try to bait out this monster.
Okay, yeah,
Little animal.
sure, yeah. So that's what you do, and then Nikolaos the thief. After passing off your spear to FODLE, did you just want to wait with these two who are getting the torch ready and figuring out how to carry their gear, or do you want to regroup with the other two who are further down the tunnel or something else, Nikolaos? So you know shooting an arrow into the water, passing your spear off didn't take you long. So what would you do right after doing all that?
I mean, head inside. Follow everyone else is going inside.
We're slightly separate, right? These two are further back because they're getting a torch lit. So she had to do multiple things to get that torch lit, right? Like take off her bag, you know, set the torch down,
I
get the
guess
fire
I'll
steel
stay with
going,
this
right?
little group then until we have decided all three of us shall head in.
Okay, yep, so you will wait with them, provide some security as they get ready, get their gear collected. But back to these two, right? So a more immediate action over here, closer to the action, is Gilgamesh, who actually slammed his pickaxe against the wall, right? Like picked at the wall. So you kind of chopped at the wall. There's like a sudden kind of sharp noise, right? You crack the wall, and it echoes throughout the cave a little bit. Grog, you see him do that. You were trying to see if you could see the frog, but it's too dark. Realizing it's too dark, do you want to just wait at the ledge with Gilgamesh or something else?
So my options are to go down into closer to the frog, and Gilgamesh's thing is just going through the cavern.
Nope,
Can
he's
I-
not going down yet. He's just hitting the wall before we go further. So before you got to
Right,
him at the
right,
ledge,
right,
he
right.
just hit the wall.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Everything's just echoing through the cavern.
Oh yeah.
Is Gilgamesh close enough for me to throw him down into where the frog would be?
He's pretty close, yeah. You want to grab him, chuck him down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so he can of course resist. So yeah, you get up there toward where Gilgamesh hit the wall, and then Gilgamesh, you see Grog kind of, or maybe you don't see him, or it depends on what Grog wants to do. Grog, you want to sneakily grab at him and then throw him in, or do you want to make it known that you're doing that? Like how did?
No, I just want to grab him and throw him in.
Okay, so he just normally reaches out to you and grabs onto
You
you.
fucked
So
up with your shit, boy.
yeah, Grog, as you or Gilgamesh as he grabs onto you or tries to at least, how do you react to that? You have your pickaxe in hand. He's like grabbing on you. You're not sure why he's
Yeah,
grabbing
I'm
you.
gonna try hack it in. What?
You hack at him.
You should just grab him while he pushes you so that he comes down too.
All right. So
Wait,
before we
yeah,
proceed
react.
any further, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys are kind of taking hostile action against each other. I'm not sure why, but if either of you consider this to be a disrespectful or uncourteous or immature action, we will maybe stop it there and maybe reconsider our choices. But if you
Oh,
both
it's
agree
for
that this
bait,
is
it's
not,
for bait.
if you know, if you are all both okay with it, this is not a immature or whatever action, then we'll proceed, right? Because this is kind of like I don't know if you guys have beef outside of the game, and that's why you're doing this. Because I don't see the reason why you would bait your character or throw someone off the ledge 10 feet to break their leg, if that's just your alignment, right? Maybe your style of play. So before we continue any further, just to make sure, right? Because we are a gaming group, we're here to play together. It's not, you know. So Steven, do you find this to be? Are you okay with this kind of action, or is this disrespectful to you? Is this
Yeah, I
immature?
mean, I'm fine with people being chaotic. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah. So in that case, you're gonna resist him by swinging your pickaxe into him, right?
Yep.
Okay, so both of you are gonna roll initiative then, and we'll see who's faster. So both of you roll a 6-sider, right? So Grog and
Snake has nothing to do with it.
Hey.
Gilgamesh, both of you roll 1d6. He did not choose to sneak, so there's no chance of sneaking. He just walked up normally and grabbed at him. All right.
I got 6. It doesn't have a dex bonus or negative.
Okay, yep. So you're faster. So as you see him reaching out to you, maybe thinking or he has poor intent against you, you decide to take it upon yourself to swing on him right before he can do anything further after reaching to grab you, right? So you swung at him before he could reach to grab you. So roll 1d20 to hit because you got the initiative here. And well,
Oh,
actually,
cool.
let me double check him real quick. Grog, did you roll initiative? I don't see you rolling yet. Oh, I think you automatically failed that.
I did. I said, yeah, it's a 6.
Oh, you rolled it on the screen. I meant on your own tray. All right, cool. Yeah, unfortunately, Grog, even with the 6, you have a -2 from your dex. So you're one of the slower, clumsier guys in the group, right? Bigger, chubbier guys, maybe. Unfortunately, Gilgamesh was faster than you, and he ended up. So fortunately for him, he was faster, but unfortunately for you, right? And he rolled a nat 20, which is a critical hit, right? So it's dead on, right? It's a critical area of striking. Yeah, so basically, first of all, he gets to pick where he targeted. Are you going for his Are you going for his head, chest? Are you trying to kill him or are you trying to disable him with your strike?
You know what? I went for his head. Yeah.
And was this a lethal attack or a non-lethal attack? Like, did you want to use the blunt of the weapon or the
Did you want to
spike?
knock him out, or did you want to,
Kill him.
Oh well, you know, we got a new bait, so yeah, I want to kill him.
Okay, kill him. All right. So you struck with the spike of your pickaxe, and at 20, it's double damage. It's gonna be total damage is the pickaxe deals a D3. So go ahead and do 2d3.
Four.
Yep. Okay, 4. And it is a normal pickaxe in 2 hands, so you're gonna get a strength bonus 2 or +1/+1. So 6 damage total. It's impossible to survive such a wound, right? Even though Grog is huge and has 5 hit points, with a 2-handed strike to the top of his head, right? That's punctures his skull and his head. You ripped out the pickaxe, blood spurts all over your face. Grog, the fighter, collapses on his knees and then falls maybe off the ledge if you want to kick him down the ledge. Is that
Yeah,
fine?
I'll kick him down the ledge.
Right.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
All right,
Why'd
sorry
you
for your
do that,
loss.
dude?
Brandon, you have been killed in action, your character Grog. So, sorry for your loss, brother. Thanks for playing. Until next time, if you decide to return. But thanks for playing, brother. You're welcome to spectate or take your leave at this point. Yeah, you've been eliminated from the match. All right, we have our first casualty. It's Grog the fighter against his old comrade Gilgamesh, right? All right.
Gilgamesh.
Maybe they had some outside beef or something. Or
Fuck.
not sure what was
He
going
had
on.
PTSD from the frog and went insane.
All right, we'll come back to you guys. We're gonna go back to the other group in the meantime, and then we'll probably take a break or something. We're getting close to the end of game time. So, Elran and BB,
No, you guys are thinking it is.
it is your guys' turn. You guys just finished paying off the thugs, and you had inquired on some more things. Like, BB asked or stated that she's looking for a party. They acknowledged her. Elran kind of just rubbed himself against his own javelin before passing it over to them. They accepted it as payment.
What?
So, yeah, from here, what's our next move, BB?
I want to ask them, like, no, they told us to leave, didn't they?
Yeah, they're allowing to leave. They've paid them off already, so you want to just continue west to the next village? Now, the village of BOGBUR actually hired you to deal with these scoundrels, right? Their scandalous activities or scoundrelous activities out here, right? So, what do you think?
And they're criminals and they're bad people. I'm trying to find the rest of them.
Okay, so how do you want to find the rest of them? You want to ask them if they have friends or if there are more road guards out here?
Yeah, ask them if they have like friends that are looking to party.
If they have what?
If they're looking to party and have a good time.
Oh, if they're looking to party, okay. And then as you ask that, Alran, what's your next move? Do you want to just stay quiet behind BB or you want to take on other weird actions? Alrand, it's your move. Kinyo,
Yeah, I'm here.
what's
so,
your move?
So what the okay, so I rolled the thing, I talked to them, they're confused by me telling them about digging a hole.
Oh yeah, let me see how they responded to that. You were kind of explaining that as she was.
Oh, I thought you told me they were already confused.
They were. You didn't say that quite yet. They were confused about you rubbing yourself against your javelin before passing it to them. So, I never rolled for how they reacted to you explaining that you're trying to dig a hole and such, right? So, at the same time, because BB's not really opening up a chance for you to speak, she has been just conversing nonstop. You just speak over her and start sharing your own thoughts, and you tell them that I'm here to dig a hole, right? So let's see how they respond to you saying that over BB, who's also asking if they want to party, right? All right, they reacted negative to you, so not in favor. You have they actually ignored you and continued to focus on BB in that conversation. So you did some weird thing. You asked them, or you just kind of state that you're here to dig a hole, and they don't really acknowledge it. They just kind of ignore you and keep talking to BB, right? So because of that, you want to keep, or what would you rather do now that they ignored you? You want to keep saying that you want to dig a hole, or you want to start digging a hole?
I'll let Brittany talk. I'll let BB talk for me.
Yeah.
She's got the high charisma. I'll just like, you know,
Tell them like he's like challenged.
All right, so you're just gonna let her talk for this turn. Okay, so let's see how they react to what BB said. And she, of course, I'll let you roll the reaction so that you get some rolls in for the game. Technically, it's a DM roll, but yeah, we'll let you guys roll this. So BB, roll 2d6 to see how they react to you when you tell them that you're here to party, right? Or if they want to, you ask them if they want to party. Roll
And
two
they're
6-siders.
friends, too.
Roll when ready. It's slash roll space 2d6, by the way. Let me know if you have questions or concerns about that.
Wait, 2d6.
Yes, slash roll space bar 2d6. Good job. Positive reaction. +0 adjustment. They react in favor of what you said. So they hear you out. They hear your question, your offer, and they accept. They say, "Sure, let's. Yeah, that sounds good. Where do you want to party?" The other one was like, "Yeah, I want to party."
Okay, do they have houses?
Okay, you
Go
asked
back
if they
to
have a
their
house.
place.
Okay. So you inquire if they have a home, and as you do that, Elran, do you want to just continue to watch her converse with these guys, or do you want to do anything else in the meantime?
no, I guess I'll just do push-ups.
Very well. Yep. So as she's conversing, you kind of get down on the road and start pushing up, right? Or doing push-ups. All right. So, BB, let's see how they respond to what you just said. You asked if they have a home, and they respond uncertain. So or normal. They're kind of confused at first. You know, they hear that you asked you. They accepted your offer to a party, and then you asked if they have a home. They're like, they respond normal. It's not bad or good. They're kind of concerned. They're like, we have a home, I suppose. Why do you ask?
Because where are we gonna party?
All right.
Let's go back to your place.
Roll
Here.
2d6 or roll 2d6 again to see how they respond to that. Right. So you're saying that you want to party at their house or their home. See if
Unless they
are
have
open to-
another place that we can go.
So you asked them that,
Well,
and
that's
you were
complicated.
also telling that, or also mentioned that you're also open to go somewhere else if they know anywhere else you can party. So yeah, roll 2d6 when you're ready. See how they respond to your reply, which is you're saying that you want to party at their house or somewhere else that they think you guys can party. If you don't want to roll, I'll just roll. Okay, perfect. Neutral, uncertainty. So neutral roll,
Wait, I did it.
middle roll, yeah, you got it. You got 6, that's a neutral roll, uncertain. So they're still kind of confused and not sure about it, right? So you ask them if you could party at their house, and they kind of are not sure. They're like, well, we do want to party, but we're not too sure if we'll allow you to party at our home. You see, the other one nods, says, we're kind of homeless, you see. We kind of live out here in those woods. And they point to the woods. We're road guards, so we have to live out here we have to live out here on the prairie most of the time, but we sleep in the woods because we have to be close to the action, you know. They're kind of like both nodding. They're like, yeah, the woods allow us kind of overwatch over the road from the north.
I'm obsessed with that fucking road. Alright, the woods work for me. Let's go.
You agree? Okay, all right. Roll 2d6 again. Even though they are not sure about going to their home in the woods, right? Because they're kind of homeless, like houseless. You still agree to go with them to their home in the woods. So roll a 2d6 to see how they respond to that. They're still uncertain and confused. They're like, what about we go back to your place, right? Like, yeah, our place is not the best place to have a party. We're open to having a party, but not really at our home. It's not really suitable for a party, you see. We're road guards,
Do you
and it's
know
not really
what,
allowed
like
in road
it
guard.
means when I say like let's party?
What was that?
Do they know what it means when I say let's party
You want to ask them that?
or no? Yes, actually.
Okay. So you asked if they
Just
know what you
confirm.
mean when you're saying let's party. And as you say that, Alran will give you another chance to take action here. You've been doing push-ups. Do you want to keep doing push-ups or do you want to do something else? You're starting to tire out. You'll exhaust your
Is
arms
there
soon.
Is there no fight in sight? Are we just like waiting for them to accept us? How many times can we talk to these guys?
I'm just kind of speed running your guys' conversation so we can get somewhere. So, do you want to keep doing push-ups or something else?
I'm gonna push past my.
Normal limit. You want to
I'm
noodle
gonna-
arm yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna noodle one of myself. I'm gonna push past my limit,
Okay, sounds good.
and I'm gonna hope to
Some
do
good
it-
training.
Yeah, and I hope everyone's impressed by it.
All right. Yeah, we'll see the reaction to you doing push-ups in the background. Roll 2d6. We'll give you some rolling. Get you rolling
Wait,
something.
Brandon, can you roll for me with your dice?
Yeah, let's let Brandon roll for you. Get another dice roller. Oh, is Brandon still here? Let me see. AFK now. He was killed in action. He might be AFK at this point because he was killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Shit. Okay, E, can you roll it then?
Alright. You got a 6, so neutral reaction. Not good or bad. They're kind of just confused. Super confused, right? They're looking back and forth like, not sure what's going on, right? They're acting.
They don't know what hiccups even are.
Right. They're seeing this elf in the background doing push-ups as they're trying to converse with BB, right? Who's kind of the scholar-looking girl wearing robes, right? Asking them to party with her. All right, we'll come back to the two of you. We have made some progress, I think, with this conversation. We're starting to get somewhere. The main group or main party. This will probably be your guys' final turn before we end the game. We're getting close to the end of game time, so let's make use of it. Hopefully, we can get something accomplished with this final turn. Yeah, Gilgamesh, after killing your comrade, Grog, what is your next move? Do you want to loot him or something else?
I'll drag his body out, and if what's this sure, I'll give his like gear to his ancestors.
Okay. Yeah, you're just dragging him out, making sure it gets back to base to his next of kin. Sounds good. All right.
Yep.
Yep. So you kind of grab him, drag him out. Anything in his hands would be dropped. So you will just have to figure out how to stow that. The only things in his hand was a wooden spear, I think, and a rock. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll leave that.
Okay. The wooden spear, you can tuck it into his belt. Sorry, what's up?
So does my character have pants?
Does she have pants? She is not wearing any pants. She's wearing a
Can I
sackcloth.
have his pants?
He also doesn't have pants.
God damn it! Why is there no pants?
Well, you have tunics. Like you have like a sackcloth tunic, right? So it covers your lower half, like a dress, right?
It's like
It's a medieval style of clothing. You don't need pants in medieval times.
Is his stuff better?
His stuff is bloody, and he was wearing a robe, so it is better. He has a robe. It has a lot more coverage than your knapsack, but there's blood
Yeah,
all
I
over
would
it.
like. Can I have his robe?
You wanna-
No.
Okay. So he's dragging him out of here, right? He just leaves the
Like
rock
mine.
behind and the wood spear behind. So the wood spear is just left behind. There's one left on him, but wood spears are free, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so yeah, you drag his corpse out of there. You know, as you do that, Gilgamesh, Helga will question you and ask if she can maybe take the robe off, and you refuse her. So then, Helga, as you say those things, your current action, Helga, you did achieve what you were originally trying to do, which you do have a lit torch in hand now, right? You put your gear away, your tinderbox is back in the stack, you've got the Matak and torch in hand. So, moving forward, after you requested the robe, physically, what is your action, I guess? What is your move?
Well, he said no, so I guess I'll just go back to where he was and wait for them.
Go to the
behind
ledge. Okay, yeah, you can get to the ledge and look down into the cave because we couldn't see into the cave earlier. It was too dark. So you can go up to the ledge and look down into the cave, the first cave, right? Because we're still in the entry tunnel. All right. So yep, Helga's advancing with the torch. You know, after making a request toward Gilgamesh, who has killed one of your guys' comrades for whatever reason. It looks like they had a little skirmish up there, initiated by Grog, and then resolved by Gilgamesh with violence. NIKOLA'S, right? You were kind of waiting with Helga and FODLE to finish up what they were doing. FODLE was kind of figuring out how he was going to continue with his branch, and ends up dropping his branch on the ground and continuing with. I think he might be continuing with Helga, but Nikolas, it's your turn. Do you want to just move forward with Helga or something else? Nikolas, are you still there? Gold.
Yes, sorry.
What's your move?
Well, we were the group of three, which was me and two who was trying to turn on a torch, or light up a torch.
Yeah.
The torch
We're
is on
heading in,
right
yeah?
at the ledge. Do you want to come to me, or do you want to stay with the other girl in the tunnel?
Are we heading into the fucking dungeon? I'm following whoever gets in there.
Helga's going further. So
Alright,
if-
I'll follow her.
Alright.
Him. Whatever.
Helga.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. And then just be advised, everyone, preferably if you all listen to what I'm saying, even if it's not your turn, it will speed things up drastically so I don't have to repeat the situation over and over, right? So yeah, just saying, right? It could speed things up if we all are paying attention. All right. FODLE, it is your turn, right? You were with Helga and Nikolas, right? You were originally kind of following Helga, putting your gear, kind of figuring out how to carry your gear. You ended up dropping the branch. Do you want to just continue with Helga further down the tunnel or something else?
I have a spear, right?
Yes.
Yep, you've got
Who gave it?
Nikolas's spear. Nikolas the thief, Gold's character.
Okay, I'm gonna avenge Grog.
You see
What?
Gilgamesh is dragging Grog out of here, so you want to stab him as he's dragging. Wrong
Why?
out.
We're not gonna be able to pull them up. We're running out of people.
The
You
murder
guys
can't trust him.
Okay, so there's some confusion, some resistance maybe. So FODLE, no one can control you except you, basically. So as you do that, there's others who could react to what you're about to do, right? So you know, FODLE, you do move up to Gilgamesh, who's in the middle of dragging Grog out of here, and you know, while he was dragging Grog, he was talking with Helga for a moment. Helga, you didn't know he was gonna do this unless he tells you. So FODLE, did you want to tell Helga you were doing this before, or do you want to just kind of take Gilgamesh from behind at surprise? You want to surprise him, or do you want to let others react to what you're about to do? Is the main
I'm gonna surprise
question.
him.
Oh, you
Surprise.
can surprise people now.
'Cause-
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Before there
So
was a surprise.
yeah, it depends on the initiative of your actions, right? Like these guys are already busy doing something, but if he wasn't busy already doing something, he gets to act, you know, a lot faster because they were already occupied doing something. So while they were doing that, he wasn't waiting to do that. He was already doing that. Does that make sense? That's how the initiative works. So earlier, the guy, I did ask him if he wanted to sneak up, right? If that's your concern. He had the chance to sneak up to Gilgamesh and kill him, but he chose not to, right? He intentionally chose to just walk up and grab him normally. And so that gave Gilgamesh a fair chance to fight back. And then the initiative was rolled and Gilgamesh won, right? Just because he's doing that, or just because they're having the conversation and all that, time doesn't stop for them to react to what he's about to do. He was decisive and ready to act. They were already doing something, so when it came to his turn, and if he didn't have any questions, concerns, or conversations with them before he decided his action was happening while they were busy doing their thing. And what they were doing initially was Gilgamesh was dragging Grog's corpse as Helga was asking him a question before she proceeded to the ledge, right, with Nikolas. Does that make sense? So that's how it goes with
No,
initiative.
not really. But whatever.
Whatever you say first is happening first, right? Like on your turn, right? But it's all happening simultaneously. If you remember, the original initial action was Gilgamesh was dragging Grog out, and Helga didn't get to the ledge yet. She first asked Gilgamesh if she can have the robe first before she got to the ledge.
So if you
Right?
stabbed him right now, I hear it, and like basically,
Yeah, like
I'm still in the tunnel.
it was before you even got to the ledge that it occurred, right? So in the midst of your request for the robe, as Gilgamesh was dragging Grog out, he didn't say or do anything before that. So technically, that stab happened as that conversation was going on before you got to the ledge, before Gilgamesh got
So
out.
like,
Yeah.
when someone's like completely
Right?
looking somewhere
Because
else,
the
right?
time
They
doesn't
have
stop
eyes
for
on
one
that
person to
their
act,
head.
right?
You
It's,
stabbed him right in front of me as I was
yeah,
asking.
while
him
you're
for a
mid
robe.
request, right? Before you even got to the ledge, right? So that's how the order of action and sequence goes, right? Because
Sure, okay, yeah.
we ask things at one at a time, of course, but we have to put it all together in one match. Like he doesn't have to stand there and watch them have their little conversation and interaction before he does anything. He could have been doing that while that was all going on. Make sense? So that's why you have to keep it turn-based. But once you all declare your actions, then I, as a DM, have to resolve it and figure out how the order of events happened, right? So
Well,
unless he was
you said
hesitant
no, I
about
shouldn't
it,
take
then
the rope, but
maybe
then
there
you
was a
just got
chance.
stabbed. So,
So-
can I have the rope now?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Well, you're probably gonna get the rope now because if Gilgamesh dies from the surprise attack, then yeah, there's no one resisting you, right? So yeah, Gilgamesh, you were busy dragging Grog out. Now, I do have a question for you, Gilgamesh. Were you dragging him? Were you walking backwards dragging him or forwards dragging him? Right, because that can make a difference. So like, are you? Does that make sense?
I was like forward dragging him, yeah.
Forward drag, so you're dragging him behind you and you're moving forward, right? So you got like his legs in your hands. So you
Like
Yep.
I guess I'm like grabbing him by the arm and just trying to like drag him.
Okay, so if you're forward marching while dragging him, you're slower, right? Because that's just physically how it is in real life. If you are backwards pulling him, you have a little more control, a little more leverage and pull, right? Because pulling, backwards is a lot easier than pulling forwards, right?
I was like putting forward, like
So
I
that
don't know, that's
means-
how I was,
I'm giving you the
Top two
chance to
things
kind
in
of
your life.
decide how you were dragging him because it could make a difference, right? So
okay.
yeah, you dragged him forward, so that means your eyes were toward the exit, toward, of course, FODLE, who was walking up toward you with his spear, right? So FODLE, and I'm going to give FODLE a chance to also maybe reconcile his action, because that might influence his choice, right? So FODLE, because Gilgamesh is dragging Grog out, you want to take advantage of him dragging him out and all that and get revenge. But maybe it doesn't matter if you get advantage or not. Certainly you want it revenge, right? So despite him dragging Grog forward, right? So he's facing you, right? Do you still want to go in for the thrust, or do you want to take a different action?
If he's pulling a full, like, tall man, as you said, like a big man.
No, he's dragging.
Um,
He's not
can-
carrying him. He's dragging him.
Yeah, I know, dragging.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But hands are probably occupied.
His hands
So
are
for him
occupied.
to-
Yep.
What?
You're right. His hands are occupied right now. He had to stow away his gear to drag a corpse out like this.
They block, otherwise defend himself. He'd have to move his hands
Exactly.
all the way up and also block a sharp object. So I'm just continue with the hit.
You proceeded? Okay. So despite that, yeah, FODLE, you step forward with your spear and thrusted it at him. Gilgamesh, you were walking forward, but you can see FODLE walking toward you with the spear and thrusting it at you. So as soon as he does that, you can drop the legs and then start reaching for your own weapon or something else. Or you can say something.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna drop it, reach my own weapon, like try to avoid the
Pickaxe.
stab, I guess.
Yep, your pickaxe is hanging from your rope or whatever, right, at your waist. So yeah, you see him coming forward, you were mid response to Helga, who was asking for the robe, and you drop Grog's feet to the ground. You reach for your pickaxe, but naturally FODLE has initiative here, right? You still are able to have some chance. It's better chance
Yeah,
than
that's fine.
earlier, right? But
Yeah.
he still has
Good
the
point.
initiative, right? FODLE roll to hit, you got to roll a d20 to make contact and strike your opponent.
Go into the thing, play by post.
Yep.
It's a D20.
Yep, 1d20, roll to hit.
So
Ready.
1D20.
A lot of inner conflict today.
Oh damn. Well done.
Nat 20. All right. So similar fate. Anywhere you want. Where do you
Okay.
want to stab him? It's a critical hit.
You know what? If it's a revenge hit, I'm gonna go for that.
Right through the face. Okay. So go ahead and you're going to get damage. Your damage is doubled. It's going to be 2d6 damage total. And are you two-handing your spear, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
So you are physically weaker than most. So you have a -1, but you're compensating it with your two-handed grip. So yeah, it's just 2d6 straight. Let's roll 2d6 damage when you're ready.
Yeah.
6. All right.
6.
And yeah, that's an. And are you aiming to kill or subdue? It's right through the face,
Yeah.
right? Kill. All right. Your spear goes right through his face and out through the back end of his head, and you rip it out, and blood goes everywhere, right? So mid question, Helga, you're asking, and right after Gilgamesh responds, like he's like, telling you no, but then he drops the legs, and then suddenly he falls on his own knees and collapses dead because someone just ripped the spear out of his face, right? It was FODLE. So
Yeah.
a lot of inner conflicts going on here. Maybe FODLE actually,
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna look FODLE dead in the face and be like, "Split the loot?" Question mark.
right.
All I want is some of the weapons. Maybe does either of them have like a backpack or anything?
Yeah, they do have gear. So we'll spread out the loot in a moment. But before we continue, out of game kind of, right? I want to end things with Steven here again, right? So Steven, sorry for your loss. Your character Gilgamesh has been killed in action again, or your character has been killed in action again. You lost Gilgamesh.
Again.
So
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for
Sorry.
playing, Steven.
You
Let me know if you have
What have I
questions or
done?
feedback.
Why will target me? What the hell?
You're
Wait,
welcome
literally-
to take your leave or
Oh,
spectate.
really? Oh,
game
you're being
must
targeted.
continue,
Okay, that's how
right.
it works.
So
Bro,
Well, by
Uh,
all definitions, yeah, I was targeted.
To wrap things
all
up
of a
here,
sudden,
guys.
Like after you die instead of everybody else, now it's you being targeted instead of everybody else. Oh, interesting.
Okay,
I
we are.
I've never led someone for player to attack.
I did 3 niggas trying to kill him, bro. That's crazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are low on game time, so we're gonna wrap things up here. Those who survive the expedition will give you a chance to loot and get out of here. But stress is high, morale is low, right? Your characters are breaking. They're going a little insane, right? From all the adventuring and perhaps actions that have been taken, right? It's not the good kind of stress, right? So the characters themselves are stressed out at this point, right? Heavily stressed out. Let's see. So, starting with looting these guys, I'm assuming you want to get these guys looted up or loot them. So, real quick, we'll just give you guys turn by turn. Helga, you look over the corpses of Grog and Gilgamesh, and before we end the expedition, you're gonna pick out what you want to take. So, and before that, before you decide what you want to take, FODLE, are you also looting them too?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about Nikolas? Do you want to just get out of here, or do you want to loot them too?
What's the
Nikolas. So, given the
I'm
situation,
not looting this. I'm thinking if I need to report this to the guards.
you want to report this back in the village?
Yeah, I'm thinking this might need
just
to be
a
done.
person picking up the scraps like a scavenger. I have
Okay.
hurt no one.
Yep.
Make
So
that known.
Nikolas is
The
gonna.
issue here I'm running in, the reason I'm running into Ethan is the
Yeah.
fact
I
I
am
did
just a
not
witness,
see
but I'm also
anyone.
no snitch, so
Shut
I'm
the
not
fuck
helping
up.
you.
All right.
I did not
Calm
see
down, guys,
anyone
one at a
attack
time.
anyone, so
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
All right.
I just
Exactly.
got dead.
Okay. Let's try to be respectful in their conversations, right? Let everyone have a chance to speak. Try not to talk over each other, but also try not to, dog on each other for all that. So be respectful about it. If, don't tell anyone. Yeah. All right. You know what I mean, right? So yeah, just in case though, so no one takes offense outside of game. Gold, you got to say what you wanted to say before you continue, or before we continue. Spaghetti and Burger, did you have anything else to say in response to what Gold just said? I guess. Are you
Yeah,
good?
buddy, you didn't see it.
Okay. All right. Good to
Yeah,
go. And then Spaghetti, just to make sure, before you got cut off, was there anything you needed to say too before we proceed with looting?
No, I was just gonna say I didn't really I'm not a snitch, but I'm also not involved. I'm just looting.
Right. You just clarifying that you're just here to loot. You're not a murderer. Okay. All right.
I'm not a murderer.
All right. Well, yeah, Nikolas will go back and do the lawful thing. He was, in the game world, right? I mean, you guys might take on various nonsensical actions, but there's logic and sensibility in the world for these characters. So sometimes when they take on these absurd actions, we have to have explanations, right? And in the game world, to Nikolas's context, he joined up with a team that just ended up murdering each other and having all these inner conflicts, right? After agreeing to join them for an adventure, he's going back to town to report what happened out there to local authorities, right? He was invited to a party,
Man, how you doing?
ended up just kind of
You
killing each
alright?
other and looting
Man,
each
your
other
leg
up.
okay?
So,
And you're
yeah, Nikolas, you're
trying
headed
to find
back.
the grandma,
You're
right?
gonna go report that to local
Damn. You
authorities,
recover fast.
just in case if it's needed to know upon any further investigation, particularly that might affect the families of those who lost their loved ones or members, right, that were involved in this.
I know what
Strange
happened.
event.
I just don't want to talk to anybody about it because I
Sure.
feel like it's
Yeah.
a snitchy thing.
Murder is a serious consequence or a serious subject, right? Going back to town. I mean, you can keep it to yourself, but there could be questions. I mean, everyone knows that they went out to go adventuring and who they might have gone out to go
If they
adventuring
find
with.
me,
so-
I will answer the questions if they question me, but I'm not gonna go find a cop and like rat anybody out.
But yeah, everyone in the game world does have a family. Particularly, they at least have a mom and dad at the very least. They could have siblings, they could have uncles, they could have further relatives. But yes, Gilgamesh and Grog are not just randomly spawned isekai characters. They, outside of the game, they have their own lives. They have their own families to go home to, right? Mom and dad, maybe brother and sister. They chose a dangerous job and they didn't get to go home today, right? Nicholas is going to report what happened to them in case that's necessary for local authorities to get involved or their family inquires on their losses, right? So, you know, human life does matter a lot, especially, you know, to these NPCs in the world, right? So, there's some consequences. Maybe it doesn't matter to you. It's fine. Totally fine. It's just a game. All right. Well, yeah, those two are dead. These two are looting. So starting with Helga and Fodle, I'll just kind of go over their loot, and then one at a time, you guys can pick out what you want. All right. So just kind of listen carefully. Okay. Grog has a pair of sandals on, a bloody robe, a bloody knapsack, a stick hanging from his 5-foot rope, which is tied around his waist. And a wooden spear, which is also tucked into his rope tied around his waist. Both his stick and his spear are kind of together, bundled up behind his back, fastened by the rope against his back, right, or against his waist and back. His his right above his buttocks, right, is where it's been fastened. He's got a single ration inside his knapsack, which is currently still worn and slightly bloody, right. The ration itself is fine, but the bag itself is, at least toward the top, it's a bit bloody. So yeah, nothing too valuable on him. Think about what you want when I come back to you. You're gonna actually tell me. I'm just gonna give you the situation first, and then we'll go in depth of what you actually take. When it comes to Gilgamesh's corpse, he was holding on a pickaxe. He was about to pull out a pickaxe. He didn't manage to take it out in time. He got stabbed in the face before he could. But there was a pickaxe hanging from a rope. He's a 30-foot rope that he's coiled around his body, and a portion of it has been used to bind his gear against his waist, right? Used about 5 feet to secure kind of a rope belt around his hip, around his waist, right? And hanging from that rope belt is his pickaxe. Strapped to him is also a K-sack, a knapsack, and inside that knapsack is another sack. This is a normal sack and a singular ration. On his feet, he has a pair of sandals. He's a naked man, by the way, and he only wears wraps around his crotch. He wears no clothes, so he's a naked dude, right? With just wraps around his crotch. Okay, so. With that in mind, starting with Helga, what would you like to take first?
I'll take the robe.
Okay, the bloody robe, which you can wash later. Sounds good.
Yeah, and then I know that they said they wanted the weapon and the knapsack, and to be fair, they're a murderer, so I'm not gonna argue with them. So they can have the pickaxe and all the sacks and everything, but I want the rope.
Okay, you want the 30-foot rope? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, and as she's taking these things,
Do they have any
Fodle,
coppers?
they have 0 copper on them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
so as she is taking those things, Fodle, do you object to her taking those things? Like, do you want to contest her, or do you want to just grab your own stuff that she didn't grab?
I'm gonna take the knapsack and all its contents.
Okay.
The pickaxe that. Yep.
All right, sounds good.
And what's some of the other equipment he has on that rope of the naked man that he is?
All right, just a moment. Copying down the gear. All right, bear in mind there is encumbrance, so you can't take an infinite amount of gear. You took one knapsack that had a sack and a ration in it. You took the pickaxe. Remaining on the robed figure of Grog, he's no longer robed, he's been derobed, so he's naked now. He wears a knapsack. He's got a stick and a wooden spear fastened to him by the waist, using a 5-foot rope as the fastener, right, to tie around, secure those tools on him. That's it. And he has 1 ration in that knapsack. Do you want to take both the knapsack and the extra ration too?
I'm just gonna take the extra ration.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
All right.
get everything secured wherever it goes, and then start dragging a body out, whichever, probably Grog's.
Get him buried back in town?
No.
No, just drag him out of there.
Yeah.
Let the birds have him. Okay.
Hey, Spaghetti.
Yo.
Could you start dragging the other body? I need to put them somewhere.
Okay.
Listen, as much as I understand what you did and why, I'm not an accomplice. I just wanted to loot my shit and leave. I don't want to be involved in this murder. I don't want to be involved in this murder.
I just need to get you already looted
No,
the body.
listen, I'll do you one solid. Can I pick up the body and just throw it to the frog?
Okay,
'Cause
drag
that's
it.
a good in between. That's a good in between. Okay, I'm not gonna bury it for you. I'm not gonna help you. I'm not going with
Yeah,
you. I
beat it.
will put it to the frog.
Okay.
No witnesses, no evidence.
That'd be good.
FODLE, do you object to that, or are you okay with that? She's dragging one of the corpses down the ledge.
God,
I would prefer to be a little more respectful than the other guys. Stevens.
So, yeah, you're dragging GROG's corpse out instead to bury it somewhere.
I was just gonna throw it into the lake, but that works.
Yeah, you can throw it into the
Well,
pond.
see, you
It's a way
did
faster.
everything out of respect for Grog, and Grog's murderer will now be eaten by the frog.
All right, you'll toss GROG into the pond, and you will wash ashore somewhere else, maybe, or float along the pond down the stream into the sea. Because from this pond, there's a creek that flows out of it into the sea, right?
I would
So,
for my plate, I rinse the spear off so that there's no blood on it.
sure, yeah. Dry it off, rinse it off, all that jazz. All right. Well, I'm out of time, guys. Basically, we're at 2:55 for the stream, so we're gonna wrap things up here. You guys got some loot. You dealt with the corpses. Nikolas got to town to report, and you guys will eventually get back to town too. We'll roll for any dangerous encounters on the way back. 0 encounters on the way back for both groups. Nikolas was his own group. You guys were in your own group. Corpses were dealt with. For this group here, you guys, try to convince those guys, those thugs, to go party with you. You asked them if they knew what a party was. And overall, their reaction was uncertain, confused. You're like, what do you mean? Party is like, have a good time together, right? Like, dance around and eat food and drink and spend time, right? So that's, the normal definition of party. Okay, but we're out of time, so BB and Elren, as you guys discussed with them, your characters at least have run out of resolve, right? Like they have become stressed out from the situation and no longer want to adventure. They become NPCs, like non-playable, right? So, given the situation, with the amount of stress that they've undergone from this conversation with some thugs, they take initiative on their own and do their own thing. You can still try to influence what they do in between adventures, but they are no longer willing to adventure, which means take risk for reward, right? So, given the situation that they don't want to party anymore, and we were out of time, your characters will take non-adventuring action and return back to base, right, to take refuge, right? So, yeah, both crews made little to no progress today, as was expected with a rookie party. It's fine, right? Not a big
We
deal.
made good progress.
We killed each other, we got some loot from each other, maybe. But like I said, as long as you want to play, there's infinite characters. But
we didn't even see the frog.
with every death in the crew or loss in the party, the game gets even more dangerous or more difficult until it's unplayable again. And then we'll have to start fresh again. So, but yeah, thanks for playing, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you next time. Consequences for murder, of course, could be legal consequences. More dangerous situations occurring, right? With no, as each threat survives, of course, there could be more threats, and the threats will just continue to build up until adventurers in the region are overrun and the law has to take it into their hand themselves, or right if foreign.
I'm not off of this world, but is
Yeah.
self-defense a thing?
Yeah. If they do have to send you to court or something, bring you to justice or whatever, if legal gets involved, then maybe you can justify self-defense. If others can also help prove it or take your side. The main thing is, of course, the questionable murder of certain characters because there's questionable stories, right? You guys might say that they were eaten by frogs. And then, of course, one guy might say that, no, they actually killed each other, right? And one of the members that murdered someone is also still alive, right? So the biggest culprit right now might actually be, of course, even though you might say it was in defense or it was out of revenge, right, for your friend, there could be other consequences depending on what everyone else says. And if you guys say different stories, there might be a deeper investigation, right? Because most civilizations don't allow crime to continue, right? I mean, beyond their walls or borders, they might not have as much control. But certain people might want to take legal action against you, right? So the family members of, for example, Gilgamesh, right, might not be happy with what they hear. That a member of House, the new inexperienced household of House Burger, the character FODLE murdered one of their kin, right? So they might take action against you, whether they want to get authorities involved or take the law into their own hands and get revenge and have FODLE captured and killed, right? Out of revenge for their Gilgamesh, right? A son of House Steven. So, all right. We'll figure that out next time, though. So yeah, thanks for playing, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had fun. If you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, just let me know. But yeah, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for playing. Bye.
These are not real friends, though.
Good night.